I don't think anyone could hear us at all. I don't know what's happening. 2025, not off to a good start for the for the Kings. Let's see. Lindsay, the producer, happy 2025. Are we live? Are things working? Can people hear what's going on?
Yes, you guys are good. You're live.
We did it.
Welcome back, everybody.
What's going on?
We were a little rusty. We were a little rusty there, trying to get the things moving.
Welcome, everybody. Happy New Year. Welcome to 4K Kings. My name is Russ. With me to my left is Matt, taking a large, tall drink of water. This is why I don't do the intros.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. Welcome back to 4K Kings in 2025, our first live stream back, and I think it's pretty apparent that it is.
It is.
Oh, Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year, everybody.
It is.
Give an applause to that. Thank you, everyone, for being here, engaging with us as always, and just supporting us and waiting patiently for us to return in the new year.
That's right. That's right. They've been patiently waiting
for you in the new year. Say hello to Lindsay, the producer. Say hello to everybody in the chat. Welcome back to the 4K Kings universe.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you. Welcome back to your home. Your home of physical media news, blues reviews, and so much more.
So much more. So much more.
And if you aren't subscribed already, how are you here?
I think you did a really great job with your intro today.
I thought I did too. I'm thinking about going solo.
That wasn't bad.
I did think of a good topic though to kick this off with, Matt. Can I? Would you allow me an aside?
I guess so. We've got like 4 hours of news to cover. I hope this is quick.
You're like, damn it, we're running late. Get this out of the way. Nah, dude. Over the break, right? I was watching.
What were you watching?
Well, it's the holidays. I was watching Christmas Vacation, right?
Okay.
And there's similarities between, well, I guess all of them, but mainly the original and Christmas. And it got up to the part where, Clark, he was guaranteed this bonus that he's going to buy the swimming pool with. And he realizes it's not coming. Do you remember?
I do remember.
Yeah. And so, like, Chevy Chase, he's about to do his meltdown and all that. And it occurred to me, dude, I just immediately thought to myself, what does Matt think about Roe v. Wade being overturned?
Excuse me. Excuse me, Russ.
All right, dude, I got to work on these intros.
This is no way to kick off anything, let alone this stream.
I don't know.
Sorry, 1 second. I want to open up the chat too to say hi to everybody. Let's just swing over.
Hello, everyone.
And look at it just really quick. Hello, Brown Bunny, Mike, Dan Joker, LG, Condo 007, Joseph Pasquale, Triple R3, AI Privilege. What's up, everybody? Welcome to 2025.
That's right.
All right, so Russ, we have a ton of stuff to cover. I hope everybody's in it for the long haul. We're gonna be here till midnight.
Whoa.
No, we won't be here that long.
All out of work tomorrow.
We'll try to cover as much as we possibly can that came out in the last month, which nothing huge, I don't think. Maybe there's some huge. I think it's a lot of good stuff.
I'm waiting for you to tell me.
You've been cold turkey on the news since we left?
I have been, dude. I shunned movies in all shapes, forms. I'm waiting till I was reunited with you, and it feels so good.
What is everybody out there interested in hearing about tonight? There's been every label's put out their March slate. So many different other companies have put a bunch of stuff out. Let us know what you're the most excited about. What you might want to hear us talk about. Maybe we'll cover it. Hopefully we will.
Well, I damn near started a riot over My Girl getting announced.
Did you?
I did, man. I lost my shit, man.
Well, we will be talking.
I was running the streets wild.
We will be talking about My Girl. We will be talking about Arrow, Criterion, Scream, Kino, Vinegar Syndrome, Steelbooks, all kinds of stuff.
Jokes aside, I did probably miss some of these announcements.
Oh, I can't wait.
It was a true break. I
can't wait to see the smile on your face when maybe we look at a few.
Me either.
Might even have a boner jam in there.
Whoa, ho, ho, ho.
Watch out, Sliver.
Boner jams, you say?
Watch out, Sliver. Here we come.
Okay.
But otherwise, did you have a nice winter break? You have a nice holiday?
I did. I rested.
Rested well?
Well rested.
Yeah, me as well. Yeah, well rested.
Good.
Rested. Do you have any nice pickups while we were gone?
Sure, I
or
did.
things you got for Christmas or the holidays? Or?
Some I picked up myself. Some
whatever you
gifted
celebrate
upon me. Would you like to go first, Matt? In traditional 2025 spirit, I'm going to allow you to go first. That made no sense. I'm just filling the time here while you grab your stuff.
Filling the time.
What'd you get?
All right. I got a decent amount. We'll just roll through these quickly. We're not going to stand on anything for too long, but I just wanted to share.
You have a twofer. I have a twofer myself.
I did get from Lindsay, the producer herself.
Huh, she didn't give me anything.
The 1-2 punch of Signs and Sixth Sense. Here it is.
There it is.
God, I mean, it had to be to complete the.
Yeah. What does that cover look like in person? Does Joaquin Phoenix's head look?
Take a look. You want to see what he looks like in person? Looks great.
Whoa, that thing is just as ugly in person. Seriously, what did they do to his neck?
I don't know.
I'd hold it up for the cam here, but I don't think his neck will fit. Ooh.
So got that one.
Ooh.
Signs, Sixth Sense. Scared my 6-year-old child half to death.
You did tell me that story off camera, and I feel bad.
No, he's not 6, but I don't think he'll ever be the same. I also got.
Oh shit! I thought we were going back and forth.
No, we're not. You're after me. Oh, do you want to go after me? Go ahead.
I said I had a twofer.
Okay, good.
So
do
my
your
twofer, I got my Shout Select twofer, Matt. I picked up Born on the 4th of July and Rock and Roll High School.
Very nice.
Well, I say picked it up. These were gifted to me by my wife and stepson.
We're
gonna keep rolling because I know you want to. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Did you watch either of them?
I've seen these before.
But, I mean, since you got the ones that you got.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I got so much rest over this break. I rested from watching TV. I don't know, dude. I just didn't. I didn't get a chance to jump into any of my recent purchases.
Okay,
yet.
I really want to see Born on the 4th of July.
I thought you were going to point out Rock and Roll High School, and that's when you were going to get the smile on my face.
No, it's not the Corey Haim one or Corey Feldman one. I mean,
now you're going to get a frown.
That's the one I like. That's the one Shout Select. Why wouldn't Shout Select put that out? They could.
Why wouldn't? Because they're good people.
Because they don't want to only sell 80 copies.
Nah, that would probably sell. If they put it in like some cool packaging, I'm sure it would sell.
Yeah, come on.
Plus, they could confuse you. Well, nah, dude, Feldman was in it, right?
Yeah.
Throw him on. Dude, he's a rock superstar today.
People know out there that he's real Rock and Roll High School is that one.
Isn't he literally on tour with Limp Bizkit? Did I make that up? Was that a fake headline? That dude,
like he's the opener?
That's how far. Yes, that's how far down the rabbit hole we've come as a society in 2025. I saw a headline that says Corey Feldman, like Limp Bizkit, has Corey Feldman opening for their tour, and I completely believe it.
And you got tickets or no?
I did it all for the nookie. I don't know, Matt.
Next up for me.
Yeah. Let's keep it.
Next up for me, Russ, is the quintessential exquisite Steelbook for Kickboxer, which we talked about all year long, but it actually didn't get into my hand until we had, completed filming for the year.
That's right.
Not only do I now have it, I love it. We watched it. As you know, we've recorded a review for it, which will be coming out very soon. Hope everybody's pumped for that. Kickboxer review coming soon. More JCVD.
Oh, yeah. A lot of dancing. Matt, I'm going to make you jealous. Ooh. I received my OG artwork, Willy Wonka Import 4K Steelbook. And it even says it right here on the box, dude. It's scrumdiddlyumptious.
I like that.
You want to take a look at it?
Yeah. Oh, it's still in the packaging, too. That's why you let me hold it.
Yeah. I want you to get the feeling of, what it would have been like to receive it brand new. I'm not going to open it until you gush.
I wonder why WB put their little label on the bottom. They were usually covering the top, maybe because it says Scrumdiddlyumptious on the top.
Probably.
Scrumdiddlyunctions bar.
Yeah.
I never knew how to say it. They would always say it in that movie. I would always say it wrong.
Are you serious?
Scrumdiddlyumptious.
It's Scrumdiddlyumptious.
Scrumdiddlyumptious. I think one of the kids says Scrumdiddlyunctions.
You have to say it like diddly.
And it messed me up.
Like diddly. Like
little diddly.
Dead in the middle of Little Italy. Diddly. You ever heard?
Russ, okay. Your humor is over my head. And the audience's as well. If you know what Russ is talking, does the audience know what they're talking about? Maybe.
Dead in the middle of Little Italy, little did we know we revealed to the middleman who didn't do diddly.
Can you do that one more time?
Dead in the middle of Little Italy, little did he know he revealed to the middleman who didn't do diddly.
Oh!
I think I'm messing it up.
You think you're messing it up?
It's a song.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, it's Jefferson Airplane.
That was Jefferson Airplane, one of my favorites. A Simple Plan from Arrow. And I got this at the exact same time Demolition Man. This came in at the end of December for me. Pre-ordered God knows how many months ago. What are they? But yeah.
I picked up Demolition Man as well, but I didn't bring it because I knew we were going to be running through this. We had a lot of news. I would just point it out. I'm surprised you picked up Simple Plan. Weren't you on the fence about getting that? Or
I feel like it kind of messed me up when I watched it as a younger man. Not messed me up, but it was just kind of one of those movies where I was like, wow, that's a really great movie, but God, is it just like such a downer?
Yeah.
Like all of it, everything. It ends on a downer. Everything's a downer, but I feel like now, a little bit older, I think I'll appreciate that down sentiment a little bit more than I did then when I was a little bit more optimistic and didn't want those sentiments in my life. Now I'm like, give more to me.
You've given up on life now. I get it now.
What do you got next?
I have a blind buy that everyone is going to give me hell for never seeing before, but I look forward to jumping in. I promise before the next time we stream, I will have this one. This will be the next notch on my belt. But I did the import. I did this 4K of Paris, Texas.
That looks cool.
I know. I like this box a lot. I decided to go with this one instead of what Criterion announced it, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Again, blind buy. I've heard nothing but great things about this film my entire life. One of those movies where even my like people I look up to, you know, would often cite this film as one of their favorites. So I'm interested.
You are interesting, Russ. I agree.
Guy.
That's why I like talking to you every other week, but only every other.
I know. I'm one hell of a guy. Let's keep it moving. Shit. I think we're going to lose about 3,000 subscribers after this one.
Like, do these two even like each other?
Yeah, fuck you.
Next up for me is one that came in super late. I don't know what. Anytime I order anything on Amazon anymore, it's just late. It's really bothering me. No Country for Old Men, Criterion. I picked this up.
Hot seller?
Hot seller. I don't know. It came in like 2 weeks late, but I did pick this up. Also, which I'm really happy to have. Are you done over there? You have anything else?
I have a couple. I have 3 more.
I only got one left.
Yeah, I got one left. My next one ties into yours right here. So
okay.
We'll finish it up.
Okay.
We'll wrap it up. Don't worry.
I got this in my stocking this year, Zodiac in 4K.
I heard that transfer is exquisite.
Exquisite. And, you know, I mentioned when this first came out that I was hoping that like Criterion or somebody would put this out, and, you know, like, but the studio ended up putting it out, and the transfer is exquisite. But I did a little Frankensteining. I did a little cobbling together. I mean, you
solved the mystery.
I figured out
who the Zodiac is.
I figured that out, along with figuring out that keeping my Blu-ray sleeve is a much better way to go on this 4K.
Okay, man.
You know what I'm saying here? That's what I wanted anyway. That's the best. It's a letter. That's it.
It's a letter.
You solved it already. Don't do anything else. I know this is the poster, and I'm with original poster art.
Yeah, it didn't bother me.
No, but I'm going to keep that on there now.
It didn't bother me because I also feel like that's a title that's, again, we're going to get re-released. It's going to have a future life. I could see a boutique label doing a special edition, you know.
If they repurpose that letter, you know I'm onto something.
Yeah, that's right. Similar here, we got the 7 Steelbook. You have not received your 7 yet. You went with the other release, right?
I just said that Amazon is like late on me for everything. I was supposed to get it on Tuesday. It's now coming tomorrow, but I got the Digipack version. I wish I had it so we could compare. But we're going to do a review of this, and we'll show both. Matt,
groove is in the heart. You got to start. You got to get out of Amazon, dude. I received this in 2022.
What are Groove's shipping practices?
When you hit a certain amount, this is my first experience with Groove, but I highly recommend them. I believe you have to hit a certain number and it's free shipping. Okay. I ordered 2 movies and it was free shipping, so it can't be that high.
Okay.
Can't be that high.
Can't be that high.
Packaging was nice too. Nice bubblers.
Little bubbler.
Got a little bubbly in that box.
I like a nice bubbler.
Sent me some champagne.
Nice bubbler.
Groove is in the heart.
Groove is in the heart.
Get your groove back. Stella, what the fuck is going on here, dude?
Russ! He rested too much.
Russ,
yeah,
Russ.
Too much rest.
Let's wake it up, Russ.
No, we're not going to wake it up because I have 2 of my proudest.
Oh!
Two of my finest collecting achievements.
There's no way you're going to be prouder than me swapping out that sleeve.
Oh,
I was really proud of myself, but I did that.
I beg to differ. I picked up the Steelbook of 2024's best film, Joker Folie à Deux. Matt, I picked this up solely on your glowing recommendation.
Is this the sequel to Hot Shots Part 2?
Might as well be. Nah, I'm a big fan. People think I'm kidding. I legitimately, I champion this one. I don't care. I'll go to bat for it. One day, you and I are going to debate. What, you like that cover?
It's like Sad Joker there.
Yeah.
He was a spotlight on him on the stage. Sad Joker.
Yeah, he's sad about the audience turning on him. He's like, you guys love my first movie.
Great accent. Great impression.
That's my Joaquin Phoenix. And then, Matt, I also picked up...
What else you get?
I believe this is your second favorite movie of all time.
Probably right.
That is the Feed Alvarez. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing his name.
It doesn't matter.
I believe this came out in 2009, 2010 maybe. Oh. But the first Evil Dead to not feature Ash, although he does have a little vocal cameo in it.
Yeah.
Say what you will about this film, Matt, but you have to admit, this is awesome artwork, right?
Oh, the artwork's great.
And it's a nice Steelbook, but unlike you, I defend this one. I went in wanting to hate it so bad, just as you did, and especially if you want to contrast it with Evil Dead Rise, this looks like a goddamn masterpiece. You like how I held it up for about 4 minutes straight?
Yeah, it was great.
I'm like, dude.
Probably out of frame anyway.
I'm telling you.
Held it up 4 minutes straight over here. Way out of the box cam range. Way out. Meticulously planned box cam, and you're like doing this all the time.
All right. Let's get back to the podcast, Matt. No. You had the misfortune of sitting through the most recent Evil Dead, right?
I had the misfortune of sitting through 20 minutes of that.
Well, yes, but in comparison, from what you saw of the most modern one and the 20 minutes you saw of this, come on now, be honest.
I honestly don't know why I so desperately wanted to watch that and sit through it, whereas when I put this one on, I was like, okay, I'm done. Was it because we knew we wanted to review it or something? Why I put myself through Rise?
Might have been. I don't recall.
Because we wanted to like hate watch it and do like a hate review. Was that what it was?
So we went in biased.
Probably. Just like everyone. But that was the name of our review, a biased review.
Oh.
It said that. Do you remember anything we've done? 2025.
Dude. Let's ask the chat, though. What are their thoughts on the first Evil Dead reboot?
Let's do a poll. Who likes which one better, Evil Dead Rise or Evil Dead the reboot? If Lindsay, the producer, can she pull off a poll? I don't know. Maybe Rusty in the control room.
What are the two names of the movies? Say it again.
Moving on. That's fine. We don't need to do this poll. Do you want to do a poll?
No, I'm good.
You want some redemption, or should we move on?
Just let us know in the chat.
Poll is Evil Dead Remake or Evil Dead Rise. That's the poll. We'll let that rise. We'll let that float out there for a second.
We forgot how to talk over the break.
Yeah, so those are your pickups. Those are my pickups. Pretty good stuff.
Glad we got that out of the way.
I know that was a lot of stuff just to even talk about. But we got a lot of stuff coming up this year. A lot of great stuff coming up this year. We've got
That's true.
Coming up very soon, like our whole 2025 slate. We're obviously going to be doing our live streams every other Wednesday. A lot of movie reviews coming, starting with Kickboxer and 7. We're going to be throwing some shorts out there. Pair of your shorts.
We're getting into the shorts game.
We're getting into our shorts business.
That's right.
What kind of shorts you wear?
What kind of shorts do I wear?
Are these cargo shorts? What kind of shorts are we throwing out there?
Weirdo.
We're going to be throwing out some skits.
What kind of skits you wear, Matt?
Some skirts. Some skits. This first stream's a little wacky.
Let's calm down.
Let's calm down a bit. But if you would like to reach out, I wanted to make sure that people were aware of our wonderful email address, 4KKingsYT, one of the most famous email addresses there is. You know, when YT's at the end, it's a good email address at gmail.com. Yes. Send us something to our P.O. box or our unit. Send it to our unit.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? Send it to our unit. It sounds like a garage. Send it to, this is our unit. This is our apartment.
Ah, dude, come on.
4 Peddlers Row.
Why are you? Don't do that, Matt. We talked about this on our last live stream of last year about corporate headquarters. You know,
right,
dude. You know, it's Unit 230. Dude, we're on Unit 234.
234.
We have 233 other units.
We're moving on.
Don't send it to those. You got to make sure you send it to Unit 234. It might not get to us if you accidentally send it to Unit, 127 or something.
You never know.
It might get.
That's our contact information. Reach out if you'd like. Also, Not sure when, but also want to kind of throw some information out there that we might be in the near future looking for some assistance with the channel. Russ is going to need a wardrobe. He's going to need a makeup artist. We're going to have a whole staff craft food service. A lot of things are changing here for this channel this year, 2025.
We need drugs.
But if you or your loved ones are good with video editing, social media, what else, Russ? Graphic design.
I feel like I'm like third grade or something. I just got called on.
You just got called on.
Class.
Now everyone thinks what,
and I wasn't paying attention.
You weren't. Now everyone thinks what I'm saying is a joke, and it's not. This is real.
It is. I didn't realize we were that far though. I didn't realize we were making that announcement right now.
We are.
If I'm being honest.
We're far.
So I was a little thrown off my square.
We're that far ahead. We're that far ahead of the game.
It makes sense. So we should be. I just wasn't aware in this moment.
Well, that's why I prefaced by saying, God knows when. It could be now, it could be 10 years from now, but just like to know who's out there in the audience, what creative individuals are out there that might be interested in throwing their hats in the ring to be future employees of the 4K Kings empire.
What would they have to do?
Get on board.
How would they prove it?
I don't know.
How would they prove their worth to the kids?
Haven't thought that far ahead. We just want to see who's out there.
That's why I wasn't expecting.
Are you saying this is half-baked?
Yes.
Do you remember that one stream where you were like, hey, who wants to do social media for us for like $30 a month or something?
That's called spitballing.
You surprised the hell out of me. You pulled my pants down in front of everyone. This we talked about. You know it.
2025 is bitter.
Nuxu
I'm sorry.
Nuxu. All right, let's jump into the news, Russ.
Yeah.
Let's get to the news. Let's see. What do we got on deck here? Oh, here it is. This is the beginning of the news. We're going to be talking about some Steelbook announcements from Lionsgate Limited, the newest sort of venture that Lionsgate's got out there. They got their own website. They got their own offerings that they're doing exclusively on their website. And while we were on break, they announced Kill Bill Volume 1 and Kill Bill Volume 2 in exclusive Steelbooks to their website.
I was about to say, we already discussed the standard editions, correct? These Steelbooks were announced after.
Yes, these were announced while we were on break. So yeah, the regulars had already been announced, and these are now coming out under this Lionsgate Limited line. We looked at their website before. Remember, they had like Apocalypse Now on there and the Conversation Only. And now these are starting to get dropped as well. And they've got these slipcases, which basically have this Lionsgate Limited sort of like logo there in the bottom corner. So this is sort of the art now for Volume 1 and Volume 2. So let's take just one closer look at Volume 1 before we talk any further. But I've got to say, I don't think these look great. What are your thoughts?
I'm with you. It looks like it was designed by a fourth grader in the 80s.
And that's no offense to anyone that likes it.
Trapper Keeper. What's that?
And that's no offense to anyone that likes it.
It looks like it needs a Book It sticker on the front of it.
It does look like a Trapper Keeper.
It does. It really
What's this,
does.
a Lisa Frank folder?
At least Frank. Thank you. That was a good reference. Yes.
Trapper Keeper was good.
And you know what's surprising, though? On the standard editions, I absolutely adore that Kill Bill Volume 2 art.
They freaking killed the regular ones. They killed it.
That was phenomenal. I wasn't expecting it to be that good. I expected them to hit me with some Taster's Choice.
Yeah. No, honestly, these look like these are probably for people who, and I'm sorry for people that have to buy every Steelbook, or they're Steelbook collectors, or they're Tarantino collectors and they have to buy everything. But this just isn't the right choice for me. If you know, unless you absolutely have to have a Steelbook. I mean, I feel like the other ones look a little bit better.
When you absolutely positively have to have every Steelbook in the room, you might not make any exceptions.
Except no substitutes. Here's two. This is a little less loud. I feel like this, like yellow pink, it's just really loud. It's hard to look at. This is a little more subdued, but I still like the regular better.
I don't think they're the worst Steelbooks I've ever seen in my life.
For what the movies are.
For what the movies are.
Right.
They're not
I agree with you.
at all.
For my taste.
Like if they did this with, say, Pulp Fiction or Jackie Brown, I feel like it would be much more jarring.
Yeah, for my taste. Well, this is Jackie Brown.
Again, jarring.
Very jarring. Not great. Again, not great.
Why did they give her, like, she's blue?
Well,
what's with this?
Well, that's what I
She
saw.
looks like she just walked out of like the afterworld in Beetlejuice or something.
Yeah, this ain't it. But I saw someone comment that they're doing like a negative, like a reverse, and I'll show you another picture where they kind of made that assumption. I think it's like this open. See, like the Delamo shopping mall bag. I think that's not white and orange. That's also like a blue color or something.
Slip. Or that's under the
that's
slip.
The steel.
And you pull it down. Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's like, again, like a negative, I think, kind of reverse.
Oh, and dude, the wardrobe change, which she does during, okay. It's not, it's again, not the worst, but I don't know, dude. I love this movie so much. I want something so much better. I'll tell you this, it's a step above that.
You like the Steelbook better than the plane to the head edition?
I do. You completely changed that plane. I hate that. It's crazy.
It sucks.
It's crazy.
Get rid of that plane.
God, whatsoever.
It's so dumb. The dumbest thing.
Or just put it in the foreground with the LA backdrop. Like, why is it pronounced like
behind that sun thing? Yeah, you're right. Like in the horizon.
Yeah, exactly. It would have made so much more sense. Yeah. No, I like it better than this. But and come on, they know we're picking this up regardless. You could have just thrown anything on the cover, and I'm getting it. It's Jackie Brown in 4K.
Well, Russ, would you be shocked if I told you they're also putting a variant limited edition Steelbook to the Cleo Award-winning Steelbook of Reservoir Dogs on this Lionsgate Limited website? They are now offering a variant of this Cleo Award-winning Steelbook.
Are they clearly stating it's a variant? Because you cannot duplicate any Cleo Award-winning release. Dude, that's criminal.
They're calling it, Russ, the Mr. Pink edition.
Why does it got to be Mr. Pink? Answer it, Matt.
I won't. I won't say the words. I won't say the goddamn effing words.
That's an awesome save. You pulled that out of the fucking blue.
So this is what they're going with, and again, it just feels like cash grab. I mean, I know you missed out on the other one, and if I'm that person that missed out on the other one, I don't think that this pink version of it is a great substitute. This is, if I like a pink version, call it Mr. Pink and put Mr. Pink on it. Give me a brand new one with Mr. Pink on it, and now you've got me interested. But to just kind of tint the old one pink, it kind of just doesn't feel like it connects all the way. Not in my opinion.
Yeah, well, the sad truth is, once you win a Cleo Award, you're automatically overnight in this status that just, dude, you're going to have tons of copiers. You're going to get a lot of haters, too, like you, Matt.
Yeah.
But it just comes with the territory of winning a Cleo.
That's what Lionsgate's hoping to capitalize upon. I mean, it's great, more like success and its reputational lift after winning that award. They're like, there's way more. This is in the public awareness now.
Oh, yeah.
We need to get on this, tint that shit pink, and start selling it now.
That initial Reservoir Dogs release that won the Cleo, that's essentially like the Daniel Day-Lewis of physical media,
It is one of the most brilliant slipcases, Steelbook combos that I think has ever been made. And it deserves the Cleo.
I think they shut the Cleos down after giving it to Reservoir Dogs.
They may have.
I think Quentin Tarantino made this movie just to win a Cleo years later.
They may have. They may very well have. And here it is opened up in all its glory in case you wanted to see it. Even the slips kind of got a pink tint on it. You got the pink ear coming down.
Well, that's nice. Are they going to do it with every character? Just throw a blue tint on there. Here's Mr. Blue. Here's Mr. White.
Dude, if
Mr.
they
Orange.
did that, I freaking think I would boycott Lionsgate if they just started selling.
You act like that's out of the question. They did that on DVD. Remember?
They would get me questioning myself if they put new characters out, just like they did on DVD back in the day. You know how pissed I was to have Mr. Pink. Like I wanted Mr. Who did I get? I got Mr. Pink.
Why'd you get Mr. Pink?
I'm not. I think I wanted obviously everybody wanted Mr. Brown or Mr. Blonde.
That's too close to Mr. Shit.
Everybody wanted Mr. Blonde. Yeah, you got a cool name like Mr. Blonde. That's why everybody wanted it.
Dude, that's a fun physical media memory. I do remember going to a Best Buy.
Multiple stores.
Yes, I mean, Best Buy hates physical media now.
I went to multiple stores.
I didn't go that far. I just went to one Best Buy. I was like, oh, no Mr. Blonde. I think I had Mr. White.
Yeah, Mr. Pink was everywhere. It was the only thing left. And I was like, all right, well,
I didn't even see Mr. Pink. I probably would have went with Mr. Pink over Mr. White.
What's it going to be, Mr. Pink?
Juicy Junior. Real juicy.
What's it gonna be, Mr. Pink? All right. Well, I don't know what anybody thinks about these Steelbooks. I don't know. Is Lionsgate doing us all a favor? Are they swinging and they're missing? I mean, I'm gonna pick up the regulars, no doubt. I just think this is a little. I think it's a little tacky.
Yeah. Well, let me put it this way: can you purchase the original Cleo Award winning release?
I'm gonna say I don't know that for sure, but my guess is no. It's like a limited edition Steelbook from a few years ago.
Gonna deny the rest of the world
the Cleo Award winningness?
Come on, dude. That's cruel. That's cruel. You don't want to do that, Matt. Just throw a pink shade on it and let the other people live. Everyone else enjoy, be in the presence. You know, even if it's secondhand, they can just, vicariously feel that Cleo Award energy.
All right, Russ, I guess I'm with you. But next up, another Steelbook. Sony doing their thing.
What's this one for 4 rooms?
Picking up a few David Fincher titles on the break and blowing everyone's mind.
Ooh.
Sony.
Okay.
Ready for that?
I'm ready.
First up, Panic Room.
Mind blown. You just blew the cornrows right off my mind.
And this is coming out February 18th, skipping over Blu-ray entirely. This was a DVD only thing. Remember the old Super Bit?
Yes.
Super Bit DVD from Sony?
Yes, it had that slim case.
Yeah,
dude.
It had a cool saying on it. I forget, but Super Bit.
Good times.
Somebody out there that remembers that and can quickly look up some technical information on that if you don't know it already. Let me know what that meant. Was there some updated quality to a Super Bit DVD?
The only thing missing from it was a cape because it was Super Bit.
It reminds me if DVDs were like Nintendo, a Super Bit DVD was like Super Nintendo. You just got a lucky one with a little extra fidelity.
I'm actually kind of blown away. Panic Room was never on Blu-ray?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't recall it existing.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm even more baffled. Does anybody out there who's watching, did you have the Artisan Collector's Edition, I believe it was Artisan, of King of New York? Because that cover artwork is identical to what this Panic Room artwork is. You might as well throw Christopher Walken on this, dude. I'm serious. It's like a slip that came up and down, and it said King of New York like that, or it covered... Crazy.
I like how
we're living in the Matrix, Matt.
I like how when they make a Steelbook where the actual steel itself is showing, it's just the words printed on, but everything else is just the legit steel.
That's almost like a shoe-in for a Cleo Award.
It just needs a nice slide down where Jared Leto appears with those cornrows on. A cornrow slide down.
The cornrow edition.
Lindsay, before we go any further, I would be remiss if I didn't check in on that poll. If we want to close that out, what's the poll at right now for Evil Dead Remake or Evil Dead Rise? Who likes what more?
All right, we've got a staggering amount of votes here. We got 39 people voting.
Oh wow, staggering! A lot of people care here.
So it's 60. Oh, just dropped 67%. Goes to Evil Dead Remake, and 32% prefer Evil Dead Rise. But a lot of people earlier on said that they did not see either.
Oh, we have a very wise audience.
Okay.
We are the dummies here. Wow.
All right. Thank you for that poll.
Yes. Well played, audience. Well played.
Lindsay, what's the temperature on Panic Room right now? Are people jazzed about Panic Room?
One person, LG, said he's super excited for Panic Room.
One person's excited.
And Eric Otto said that he had the Super Bit.
Super Bit.
And it was the highest bit rate possible.
The highest bit rate you could possibly have.
And you can feel it. I remember watching that.
You can feel it.
Oh, God. I blew the bits right off.
Blew the bits.
Blew me to bits.
Well, this apparently has a lot of people excited, other than the one person that we're talking to. There's got to be more than one out there.
No, they're coming in now.
They're coming in hot.
They're rolling in.
There's actually...
I want to posit a theory quickly. I want to posit a theory, though. I think similar to True Lies, which is, even in their filmographies, a good comparison for Cameron and Fincher, I think the excitement over this release is more revolved around the fact that it never had a Blu-ray.
Okay.
If that's true. Not necessarily due to the fact that Panic Room is a great movie. I don't hate Panic Room, but I mean... You agree with me? I think it's more of nobody's had it. This is a nice title to hear getting some love.
It is. It's one of those hitchers. It's one of those that it's just how big is the crowd that's clamoring for it, and some of these other ones have a bigger crowd. Maybe this one, I don't know what the size of the crowd is for this.
Well, I'm in the Benjamin Button crowd.
Dude,
no one's in that crowd, dude.
I saw Panic Room in the theater, and I didn't care for it at all. And I think there's a lot of maybe superficial or petty reasons why. I already said that before we even brought this up, that, you know, I might even get slammed for, like, oh, you should just give it a chance. But there was just some things that as soon as I saw, it just turned me right off. Things like Jared Leto's cornrows. Whoever allowed him to do that, I guess David Fincher looked at that look and was like, this is your character. You're supposed to look like a dummy. Mm-hmm. And he does look like one. And I just so I just can't even look at him.
Jared Leto doesn't need cornrows for that.
Dwight Yoakam, how's he in that?
He's fucking Dwight Yoakam. I don't even remember. I'm like you. I saw it once in the theater, but I didn't hate it. I remember walking out and feeling like, whoa, that was kind of a step down from, you know, Seven.
Yeah, definitely.
Game, Fight Club.
That was definitely.
I remember feeling that, but I also remember feeling like this is perfectly good, you know, casual, passable entertainment. Like I didn't feel like it was, you know, like made terribly.
Yeah.
I didn't think
it looks great. It looks great.
It looks great.
Oh, it looks awesome.
I don't recall Leto. I remember feeling like Whitaker was really good in it.
I always liked Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah. I don't like Forrest Whitaker.
I like Forrest Whitaker, and I can't honestly remember Kristen Stewart or Jodie Foster's performances too well.
I don't remember Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah, he's definitely in it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should give it another chance. Maybe I was too cynical back then, or maybe too close-minded to what this movie is, and maybe I should check it out.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, both of us should, dude. We should. We'll do a live stream reaction to Panic Room.
Panic Room.
But I have an idea. Hey, Lindsay, can you queue up a poll for us, please?
Sure thing.
I want to know who is the best David Fincher co-star. Is it Meatloaf in Fight Club, Dwight Yoakam in Panic Room, or Justin Timberlake in Social Network? 3 of the best thespians to ever grace our screens. I want to know who is the king of those of that royal
court.
That royal court.
Well, while that's getting queued up for the people to vote on, Social Network's coming out too.
Hey, here we go.
There it is.
All right, your move, Timberlake.
There it is. Yeah.
How would you have felt if Timberlake, because we have seen Justin Timberlake appropriate culture with cornrows.
Maybe.
What if he appeared in the Social Network with the Jared Leto look? Would that have immediately turned you off?
Yes. And
it should. I'm with you, dude. I don't want to see white guys with cornrows. I'm with you.
Justin Timberlake didn't bother me in this when I saw it originally. We were saying earlier that maybe now, 15 years on, watching him pop up in this, I don't know if it would like take me out of it in some weird way. But back then, he's not in it enough, and when he is in it, it didn't really bother me that much.
Took me out immediately. And when you and I were talking about this earlier, we were filming a short.
We're filming a little short.
We're filming a little short. I said this to you. It took me out immediately because this film is so brilliantly written, so brilliantly crafted. The music is hypnotic. It exists on this brilliant rhythm. You know what I mean? And then the minute Justin Timberlake shows up, it just throws me off that rhythm. It's like, that's not a character. That's Justin Timberlake, who I'm already not a fan of. And it's like, it breaks the rhythm. You know what I mean? Not entirely to where it derails the whole film, but I'm just saying I wish it wasn't somebody that shattered the illusion.
Kind of like when Tarantino shows up in Django Unchained.
Yeah.
And ruins that whole scene.
Yeah. But I mean, at this point, I mean, that's a director cameo. You're right. I'm never encouraging him to do that again.
I might.
Especially with an Australian accent.
I know why.
But at least like director cameos are kind of part of film history and tradition. You know, you always got Hitchcock walking his fat ass in the background. Yeah, stuff like that. But I mean, with Justin Timberlake, that's a character that you're following in the plot. And like I said, it didn't ruin it, but it did, for me, throw off the rhythm.
Well, for everybody that's been dying for this, clearly not Russ, but for everyone that was, it was originally here, along with Taxi Driver and Stripes. And what's that? Remains of the Day? I don't know what these are. These are too highbrow. Columbia Classics puts highbrow stuff out. Not where I'm living.
That's right. Baps was in here.
Baps. But this is what it looks like opened up for everybody that is now going to possibly pick this up. I do enjoy this movie, and I've got the Blu-ray. I thought this was a solid movie. It's very interesting. It's entertaining. I like the procedural nature of it.
I do too. And
it keeps me entertained and gripped through the whole thing.
It does. And my Justin Timberlake tirade aside, like everything else is firing so hard that it would overshadow that anyway. I just wish it's just the one thorn in my side about the film.
The one thorn in your side. Well, they're finally out. 2 new Fincher titles. We've got 7 now.
Mm-hmm.
We're waiting on Fight Club. We've got Zodiac. Do we have the game?
I don't think so.
Do we need the game?
I'm not a fan of the game.
Not a fan of the game?
No. I laughed.
Did you laugh at the ending of that?
Dude, I laughed so hard. And I didn't see it when it came out. I saw it years later.
I did too.
So Fincher was more established.
Yeah.
If I had seen it when it debuted, maybe not. What am I saying? No. Even after 7, that would have felt hokey.
Yeah. Benjamin Button. I don't think it's got a 4K yet.
I hope not.
No. Mank? Any Mank fans?
I think Mank is the only one I haven't seen.
Netflix, Mank.
Alien 3. We don't have Alien 3.
We don't have Alien 3. We don't have Alien 3. But you know what we do?
Billy Idol's Rock the Cradle of Love. We don't have that on 4K.
That would be a great... Have they put that... I know YouTube went on a crazy tear of like putting out HD music videos. I wonder if they... I'd have to look and see if they did that.
The Billy Idol collection.
It'd be awesome. That's a great video.
I'd buy it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well... Do you know what else is coming out, Russ? For all you 90s kids out there, for everybody that watched this video where Russ and I talked about some of the films that still need to come out in 4K from the 90s that a lot of you 90s folk and some 80s folk too are waiting on. Well, one of those titles was announced while we were away.
You got Rookie of the Year?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I got My Girl. Well, not I didn't really, if you remember the segment, I didn't really big this movie up too much, but I did say I would like to rewatch it now that I'm an adult.
That was a Russ addition to the list for sure. I love this movie. I'm coming out this up.
Yeah.
Brings a tear to my eye, Matt. Very sad film about the dangers of bee stings.
It did rub me the wrong way as a kid when I watched it because of that fact.
Wait, why? That exists. They didn't make it up. The kid, there's allergies.
I understand that. I'm saying what the fate of a character in this movie, which we didn't spoil, and I don't want to spoil now, but there's something that goes on.
If there's one movie you can spoil.
No.
If there's one movie you can spoil.
Look how happy he is there.
I'd argue it might even be a selling point of watching it.
And see, that's why it's so messed up. Like, look at this cover. Like, look at that. Look how happy he is. Yeah. And not only that, but it's like stung to death by bees. It's awful. That's awful.
Well, it was really inappropriate when Tony Todd showed up and it turned into Candyman. I was not a fan, Matt. I agree.
Tony Todd showed up and he was like, "Be my victim."
Very poor taste. Very poor taste. Dude, I was like, I just saw Home Alone. You know? No. I agree. Too far. Too far.
I don't know.
I do say I think you'll enjoy this much more as an adult because the tone is so sweet. I mean, it's not just a story of her. The story between her father, Aykroyd, and Jamie Lee Curtis.
That's what I want to revisit. Yeah.
Even the stuff with her and the crush on her teacher is so well done.
You mean Griffin Dunn?
Your boy Griffin Dunn.
You mean Griffin Get Her Done?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Dunn.
I love Griffin Dunn.
Yeah, dude. This is a sweet movie, man.
All right. There's a lot of love out there. Lindsay, the producer, I know you love My Girl.
I love Mean Girl. Or Mean
Girls.
My Girl.
Wow.
But I was wondering, where are his glasses? He should have his glasses.
He certainly doesn't have them on this cover.
Wait, Eric Otto said glasses slip cover with him in the... No, that's a spoiler.
You can't see without his glasses.
Eric Otto with the clutch Cleo Award winning suggestion of having a slide down slipcover where his glasses come on.
Oh my God. Give this man a Cleo. Yes. Yes. Oh.
And maybe a few bee sting bumps.
Again,
oh
too
my God.
far.
Okay, I don't know.
Hold on. This unsettled you as a child.
All right,
here you are literally mocking.
Hold on. A Cleo can be given to a sliced off ear, but I can't get a bee sting or two? Come on. I mean, it is a child.
That's a good point. That's a good point, man. You're right. You're right.
I would like to revisit this movie for the Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis storyline. That's definitely a storyline that went over my head, or I just did not. I kind of tuned out slightly as a kid. I was more interested in the kid from Home Alone, who then shocked me later.
Well, I developed early. I was a kid. I was a kid.
Did you?
Yes, I was a kid who was already, stuffing down all my emotions. I was not sure. So I really identified with the Dan Aykroyd character. Actually, when I was watching this at about like 10 years old, I was like, get away from these kids. I was like, what's going on with the funeral parlor guy?
When can we get back to Griffin Dunn's tweed jacket?
For real. Now we're talking. So My Girl, February 25th, original camera negative, Dolby Vision, commentary, 2 behind-the-scenes featurettes. Come on, everyone. Who's doing the commentary?
Probably like that Alexandra Heller-Nicholas somebody who's like on literally every commentary. If they can't get the director or an actor from the movie, they call her up.
I mean,
I haven't heard one, so she might be great, which is maybe why she gets so much work.
You'd think they could get Anna Klumsky.
Yeah, she's still around. What about Macaulay? What about Dan Aykroyd? Do you think he doesn't want to talk? That guy talks constantly.
Oh, yeah. Just call it My Girl Afterlife. He'll show up at your doorstep and start talking.
Come on, Jamie Lee. I got paid.
Nah.
Let her get paid to come back and give a commentary.
Jamie Lee just won the Oscar. She ain't doing no commentaries.
She got paid. All right. One more Steelbook, Russ. You ready for another Steelbook? Paramount.
Wait. My Girl. This is a Steelbook?
No, this is a regular. This might be a slip if you're lucky.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I want. I want a nice classy release.
I don't know if I'm going to pick this up.
I don't want.
I think you should. I want it.
Lindsay, the producer, wants this movie
and I want
on
you to
4K.
love it.
There you go. I love it. I'm picking it up, man.
I'll buy it for Lindsay, the producer, and I'll take the digital code.
Lindsay, the producer. I never saw the second one, though.
With that other little dumb kid?
That one.
The boy in that one was super cute. So when I was young, I liked
the one from
Last Action
Hero kid?
That kid's annoying. Nah.
Yeah, that kid sucked.
Yeah. He's no Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, he is definitely. I wanted that kid to die from a bee sting.
Picture My Girl 2 boy walking in at the end of Jacob's Ladder. No magic. Not working.
Great reference.
Yes, thank you.
That was wonderfully played. All right. Well, My Girl, come on, give it some love, I guess. Maybe I'll consider it for an at-home purchase here. But a movie that I'm kind of excited about. I don't know if we've ever talked about this movie or not, or if this is a movie you like or don't like. I don't know. But Tommy Boy was just announced in 4K as well. I don't know who's excited for that. I'm a Tommy Boy fan. I've got, what do I got? My Holy Shnikes edition DVD.
That's nice.
Come on. This is a collector's item, baby. You remember these that also had a Velcro that popped open?
Oh, yeah.
And it was the map.
I do recall this. Don't you have a bobblehead of this too, Matt, on your shelf? That's what I'm thinking.
A bobblehead came with it.
It came with it. I was about to say, I vaguely recall that.
Bobblehead came with it. It came in like a big box.
You see how much attention I give your shelf over the years?
You admire it.
I know more about your shelf than I do your family.
You know more about my Holy Shnikes editions?
But hold on, to go back, you know why we never talked about it?
Why?
Here's going to be, Matt, I'm going to take the heat off you. I never saw it.
Oh.
Never saw it.
All right.
I wasn't a huge, outside of SNL, none of Chris Farley's movies when I was that age, they felt more like Adam Sandler movies, and I wasn't an Adam Sandler fan at all. I liked Chris Farley on SNL, but his movies. Oh, and he was in Billy Madison, wasn't he? He's like the bus driver.
Is he? He's in Airheads.
I do like Airheads.
I do too. Come on, Kino.
Dude, Airheads is such an anomaly. It's got Brendan Fraser and
Adam Sandler and Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi kicks ass.
Okay.
But I'm no big fan of Fraser or Sandler, and even I like Airheads, so I don't know what happened there.
I need Kino to pop that one out.
Jay, dude, I've seen parts of Tommy Boy. I've heard it referenced my entire life, but honestly, this and Black Sheep I confuse in my head because the same thing happened there. I saw little parts of it, so I have no idea which one is which.
Black Sheep is lesser. Like in every
What's
way.
the one that involves like a political rally?
Black Sheep.
I may even have seen that one like a little more.
Lesser. Definitely lesser. You know, I'm a fan of comedy and so forth, and this is obviously much earlier, like when I was much younger and stuff, but most comedy, there's very few that make me laugh out loud or make me like most comedy I kind of keep internal, and I just say, oh, that was like a humorous movie or funny, but some things make me laugh out loud. This is a movie I remember seeing in the theater along with Ace Ventura when I was a kid, that I was like in tears laughing at just because of the dynamic, the character, or whatever it might be. Yeah. And it's always been a movie that I've just enjoyed. It's got a It's sweet, where Black Sheep is not really I don't remember that being like a sweet movie. This one's got some sweetness to it, along with the comedy being pretty top notch as far as these two guys are concerned.
Oh yeah, and dude, they have great chemistry. And honestly, I'm a fan of both. I have nothing against Farley or Spade. Honestly, not a super fan, but I have nothing against them.
Yeah,
I just didn't Penelope Spheris do this?
Yeah,
or did she do Black Sheep? She did one of them.
I can't remember who did this.
And I think she had a terrible experience.
It was the guy who did.
Oh, you're right. It's Sandler's boy. The dude who ended up working with him with like Big Daddy. And,
I can't remember the guy's name now.
Peter Segal.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah,
and he did Naked Gun 33 and a third, which again is lesser. Do you see why I avoided this at the time? I even like connected those dots when I was 12.
God, you're brilliant.
Well, no, I just paid attention to this shit. And that's what kind of pushed me over to the edge. I made those connections between.
You made a Peter Segal connection at 12?
I swear to God, because of Naked Gun.
Okay.
Not because of Adam Sandler. I will admit that.
All right.
Because I don't think I associated him with Adam Sandler until Anger Management. I know he did Anger Management because that's Marissa Tomei, and I watched that movie. But at the time, when I was younger, I easily saw the difference in Naked Gun 33 and a third versus the first two. And then I learned, I was like, wait, the first two had more of the Zazdy. This one had a different director. And I remembered that name because it pissed me off. And
we've talked about Tommy Boy longer than I ever imagined we would.
Dude, it's a podcast. We're here to talk.
All right, bro.
What do you think? Like, I should just hide all this shit? I should hold all this back? I think that's what they're here to...
This is great banter.
Mozart's. We started off terribly, and now we're like...
Now we're cruising, baby.
We're cooking, yeah.
Cooking with gas.
Yeah.
What's Mozart's saying?
I love what he just said. He said Russ would have been an interesting kid to know.
He's got Peter Segal references to drop on the bus.
Trust me, I wasn't sitting around talking about it to people. No. But no, at that age, because for real, what year did this go? It was like 94, right?
Sometime around there, yeah.
I was 12, dude. Yeah. At that point, I definitely was. But no, I wasn't walking around. I didn't know you. Remember, dude, when I met you for the first time, it was a Reservoir Dogs reference. And I was blown away that you knew Reservoir Dogs. You think I'm going to walk around, hey, you see the new Peter Segal movie? Like, what the fuck?
Are you a fan of Chris Farley? Kind of, really, not so much?
No, I am.
You are? And then I'd be curious to know what you thought about watching this movie.
I'd be open to.
I honestly would be.
I definitely.
To know if this was a movie you actually found funny or not. Because I feel like it is genuinely got some, like I said, genuine sweetness to it. And the laughs are pretty, like, solid.
And you said the warmth. I think Chris Farley does warmth well.
Yeah. Dan Aykroyd, a little warmth. But let I digress here.
Yeah, so this is the one where he's like rolling down the hill, right? Or is that...
no one's rolling down the hill. So we've got a Steelbook here and a regular Russ 30th anniversary that are coming out simultaneously, but then also Wal-Mart's got their own Steel that comes with that poster. So basically it's like the original art Steel with that poster. That's the one that I would get.
That's
personally.
Sweet. Wait. You just sold me on how much you love this and you're not getting
it. I didn't pre-order it yet.
Oh, okay, but you're going with this.
This is the one I would get.
I mean, that other one didn't look bad or anything.
No.
Original artwork Steelbooks.
Yeah, it's probably sold out, but...
How long did it wait? What did this,
I don't know. This
announced?
I'm not sure. A little while ago. I didn't imagine these would sell out. It didn't seem like a sellout kind of title to me, but what do I know? Everyone's scalping Tommy Boy now for like double the price.
Dude, Wal-Mart for the win.
So let's see. A lot more to cover. Let's just wrap up really quickly on Steelbooks. Just something to throw out there. We looked at that WB leak sheet, right? Before we went away, and some of these started to look like they're coming true. 7's definitely coming out. Constantine, Amadeus, all are coming out. They also reference The Shining there for Q2 as an anniversary edition. But what I think is interesting is while we were away, Wal-Mart put this out, which is their own, because The Shining already has a Steelbook, and you've got it in 4K. It's that Maze.
It was a Best Buy exclusive.
Yeah. So now this one Wal-Mart's putting out, which I think looks, it looks pretty cool, but it's not being touted as an anniversary edition, and this obviously isn't Q2. So I don't know if this is just like some precursor, kind of like get your appetite wet for some like deluxe edition that's going to come out Q2.
Wal-Mart's just jumping in.
Maybe, I don't know, but that's what's going on there. And the same thing with Blade, which is interesting. So Blade also has already been out in 4K. This is Wal-Mart exclusive, and if you look at that leak, they are putting out the Blade trilogy in Q4. So it's like another situation where they might be just like teasing a little before they give you
interesting,
like the final serving.
And you can always tell that too. I think as we speak right now, Amazon has a 4K 3 for $33 deal.
Maybe.
And it's a group of titles where if you look through them, just like you said, the release of Blade is in there. A lot of these, The Shining, a lot of these basic titles are part of it, which, like I said, is usually an indicator that a new release is coming.
Let's take a look at the chat before we move on to some Arrow news. Meatloaf and Fight Club. What's
I'm with y'all. That who won?
Lindsay, I can't see the results of the poll. Can you give us the results?
Yes, of course. Hold on one second. Okay, so Meatloaf 70%, Dwight Yoakam 22%, and poor Justin Timberlake sitting at 7%.
7%.
I love you guys. I love you guys so much. And yeah, I know it was a sarcastic question. Meatloaf's great in Fight Club.
He's awesome.
He's great.
He's just a really bizarre character.
What, Bob?
Just his look, like everything, the way that they decided to make him look. Yeah, the way they decided to make him look and who he is. It's just an interesting, it's an interesting character.
Can I tell you an interesting fact about Fight Club?
I would love it.
Maybe our audience doesn't know this either. It was a controversial film when it came out due to the violence and all that, right? And even at the time, I remember this. I remember one review comparing it to Clockwork Orange, right? You know what's interesting about Fight Club and Clockwork Orange? There's only one death in both movies, and in both movies it's accidental. There's no murder in either. I mean, there is, but like I said, it's accidental in both.
But okay.
But what?
I don't know what I was going to ask. I think is a spoiler, but never mind. I won't ask it.
Are you talking about the last scene of Fight Club? Is that what you're asking? Because I know you're not. Yeah. What would that have
is there a death there?
No.
I don't know. Okay.
I mean, I didn't look at it like that.
Okay, I don't remember. I've only seen that movie once.
Is it?
I've only seen Fight Club one time.
I don't know. I guess it's open-ended.
It's been a while.
There's a dong that pops up.
There is some dong. Quick dong.
No, in that scene we're talking about.
Yeah, like a quick frame of a dong.
Yeah.
Don't they do that a couple of times where they stick some frames of stuff in there?
Dongs?
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Great. What's the chat think of this great banter? I want Barry Lyndon on 4K. Kirk Redgate, I couldn't agree more. Way to change the subject.
His name is Robert Paulson. Exactly.
His name is Robert Paulson.
In death, he had a name.
Eyes Wide Shut in 4K. Yeah, people are dying for Eyes Wide Shut in 4K. Dying for it.
Dude, I'm dying to watch it. I've never seen it.
Oh, come on, chat. Why don't we let the audience jump all over you for 5 seconds about
you guys can jump on me all you want for that. But I have a reason again. You guys thought you were impressed. I knew Peter Segal at 12 years old. We were in 11th grade when Kubrick passed away, when Eyes Wide Shut was being made.
Is it Kubrick or Kubrick?
I know. I'm an American idiot, and I've said that way since I was a child. I'm not. I know I'm saying it wrong, but it's one of those things. It's more of an effort to who I'm talking about.
I personally hope it's Kubrick.
It probably is. I'm usually wrong, but so when he passed away, at the time, again, we're movie people, right?
Yes.
I remember reading like that it was basically being tinkered with after he passed.
Okay.
I remember reading this back in the day, like the internet was first coming around. I remember reading all this stuff. And at the time, I also viewed it as, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman is this power Hollywood couple. And I'm looking at everything. I just didn't trust it. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I just didn't trust it. So I avoided it. But what's interesting is, I don't know what's going on my algorithm, but I've been getting so much stuff about Eyes Wide Shut. There was this whole, I guess Tarantino and Roger Avery were talking about it. They have a podcast.
Yeah.
And Avery was going on about how, yes, it was tampered with. And he has he visited the set. He has the original script with Kubrick's notes. And look, you got me trying to say his name differently.
Look, Condo 007, Cube Rick.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. But anyway, he said he had the notes and all that. And he passed away. What's he angry with me? And he was just saying it was clear in his view, it was clearly tampered with. And if I'm watching a Stanley Kubrick film, I do not want it tampered with in any way, shape, or form. Then I read, and I wasn't aware of this, there's a whole angle of this movie basically exposing elites, I guess, like an Illuminati type deal, which makes it even more interesting that it was tinkered with afterwards and all that. So it's really come back on my radar as okay, even if this was Frankenstein, even if maybe this wasn't his true vision, I'm almost as like a cinema history anecdote. I just want to watch it.
Yeah.
And dude, even the Harvey Keitel stuff.
Yeah, that he walked out.
Yeah, like I just kind of want to witness it. But I was a big fan at that time, so I was hard. Yeah, I just didn't trust it.
Who's putting all the Kubrick stuff out or Kubrick stuff out? I know
who owns Warner.
Well, I know. Well, which we know that obviously Clockwork Orange came out in like 4 different ways, from whether it was the Vault edition, the Titans of Cold edition. Like they had a bunch of different things. But what else of his has come out in 4K at this point? Off the top of my head,
dude, a lot. Honestly, it is a glaring omission that Eyes Wide Shut is not, especially because more people are familiar with Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah,
dude, Barry Lyndon just got announced and all that. Like it's surprising that Eyes Wide Shut does not have a release, but
Barry Lyndon, did that get announced? I don't think that got announced.
Did it? We talked about Criterion's putting it out.
Okay,
awesome movie.
Okay, well, maybe when that comes out, maybe Criterion will put that out. That's a good. That'd be not a good release for them.
I don't know. Maybe I can't comment on it. I tell you what, though, when it does come out, Blind Buy, I'm gonna
go for it.
And if it's a Kubrick film,
Kubrick,
I'm so fucking like
self-aware
now. I'm like, yeah, dude, it'll look beautiful. I know that.
All right. Well, let's jump into our favorite boutiques, or is it boutiques? We got Arrow, we got Criterion, we got Scream, we got Vinegar Syndrome. We're going to just dabble in each of those. Just a touch. Just a little touch.
Matt, do you not like me? Why are you in a rush?
It's not a rush, but there's just a lot to talk about.
I know, man. We're going to party all night.
Party all night, baby. Everybody that's out there, they're ready to go to midnight.
They are. Our UK viewers, they tell us all the time. They're like, we love it when you run late because it's like 4 a.m. over here.
Thank you.
They love it.
I have to run late for work so I could hear about the latest My Girl 4K news.
And but what do they follow it up with? I'm so glad I did. Right? Is that right, Matt?
During their performance reviews at work?
Yes. Yes. Oh, and then their boss
consistently needs improvement.
No, and then the boss
thanks, 4K Kings.
No, and then they say, look, we were watching 4K Kings. And they're like, understood.
Give you a raise.
Exactly. Royalty.
You ready to talk about March from Arrow, Russ? Arrow March. Arrow March coming in hot with Deep Blue Sea. Deep Blue Sea, bigger, smarter, faster, meaner Deep Blue Sea. Renny Harlin.
Yeah.
A little Die Hard 2.
Oh yeah, Nightmare 4.
Cliffhanger.
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Love Long Kiss Goodnight. We need that in 4K. Come on.
I'd buy that.
That'd be great.
He did a movie, the movie that got him Nightmare on Elm Street 4 called Prison. You ever seen it? With Viggo Mortensen.
Oh, no.
Yeah, dude. It was a horror movie. Yeah, Scream Factory put out a special edition of it at one point on Blu-ray.
Okay.
But dude, that's a cool movie. Check it out. Especially if you want to see like early Viggo, early Renny Harlin.
Good stuff.
It is, dude. It's a solid film.
Well, this is coming out March 18th, 4K, Blu-ray, Renny Harlin masterpiece. They're providing the deluxe treatment here. A lot of new and old bonus content. I think the cover art and the packaging looks pretty cool. I don't know if this is roast worthy, but I haven't seen this movie.
No, it's not.
Before. This is what it looks like opened up. I think it looks pretty awesome, to be honest. That Deep Blue Sea shark poster looks pretty sick. I think I know a lot of people, like I said, know this movie. This is definitely like that a cult classic as well. But where is maybe this is the entryway to Longest Kiss Goodnight coming out from? Think Arrow would put that out?
Wow, they should.
That'd be a pretty cool title for them.
They definitely should.
The only thing
I could see that because I put that in that like Waterworld.
Yeah,
Cutthroat Island, another Renny Harlin,
Gina Davis jam.
Yeah, which. They both basically quit Hollywood after that.
They did. And I really don't know much about this movie other than that Samuel L. Jackson
That's awesome.
Of like Chappelle skit.
And you know what's
They
funny?
hate me.
Yeah. Well, hold on, right? So
Shark
I'm like you. I saw this movie for the first time maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
So I'm like you. I'd seen the references, Chappelle's show, all that stuff. Dude, it's funnier in the movie.
Is it?
Like, because Samuel L. Jackson, he's doing his Samuel L. Jackson thing.
Yeah.
And it's a whole kind of monologue before it happens. And
yeah.
When it happens, dude, it's intentionally funny. Like, that's where this movie wins. It knows what it is.
It's knowing what it's doing.
This is kind of like Starship Troopers, not in the satirical angle, but in the, it knows, like, it's not stupid. It's not unintentional.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but I think as a movie that I'm aware that people do enjoy, and it's like a guilty pleasure, or it's a movie people genuinely like, I think this is a really cool package. There's a ton of features that are coming with this. But even just the packaging itself, I think looks gnarly.
Yeah, it's a fun movie, for real. It is the very definition of, let me turn my brain off, have some laughs, forget the world. It's the kind of movies we don't get anymore, honestly.
Renny Harlin's like bread and butter.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, he is. I do. I miss Renny Harlin. I miss those filmmakers and that kind of, he can do this sort of mid, just it exists. It's not Jurassic Park, but it's also not Congo. Sorry, man.
Right. Okay.
But,
okay.
It's in the middle,
Okay.
It's perfect.
Did you see what else Arrow's putting out there for March?
I saw Deep Blue Sea. I don't know what else.
Did you see that they're putting out Dress to Kill?
I did, yes.
They're putting out Dress to Kill, and not the deluxe big box or like hard box edition, but just a regular slipcase version, which this is coming out March 3rd. This was also put out by them on Blu-ray, which I'm glad they're going back to the original art. This art's cool, but I'm glad they're going back to the original. Criterion's also put this out in Blu-ray, and in 4K, it's already come out from Kino. So like everybody's put this out at this point.
I own the Criterion Blue and the Kino 4K.
I haven't pulled the trigger on any. The Dress to Kill Criterion art is awesome. The way that it's basically the same on all these, but the way the Criterion one's done with that grain on it, and you can see a little bit clearer the person coming in, that looks great.
But that's Criterion doing one of their like update things. The cover, that for years was without that grain.
Yeah, no, for sure. But this is what they're going with, which is kind of like the original poster, basically. And you're wise to go this route. This one was fine, but this is just like, this is it. Like, this is just too memorable.
If I didn't already own it, I would pick this up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, which I don't. So I don't know if this is finally the time for me.
And I told you, my whole thing, it's not that. I just, dude, you got to watch, I don't know. I don't want you to jump to Dress to Kill yet. At least watch Carrie first. Like, come on, dude.
Don't out me on all of the De Palma movies I haven't watched like that, Russ. You're going to out me like that in front of everyone?
Sorry,
now here comes the dog piling.
Yeah.
At least watch Carrie first. At least watch Scarface first. At least watch that before you jump into Dress to Kill. I've seen Scarface. Come on.
Have you?
I have seen it.
I believe you. All you have in this world is your balls and your word. And I know you won't break them for no one. I understand.
Thank you. So this is what they're doing. Now, the one thing that sort of caught my eye, which I really think looks cool, is the inner sleeve. I think that looks really cool. I don't know if that's some former poster or some art that's been used before somewhere else, but I think that looks tight.
It's one of the most memorable scenes in the movie.
But the art itself, has that been used before, or is that art that's new to this release?
Yeah. Oh, no, true. Yeah.
It looks great
in that style.
The inside Kino look cool too. But I do like this illustrated Arrow version. I think that looks, it matches with what Arrow does. This is the, I guess, more, what do you call it? Classy, like Kino style. Yeah. But I think that does look, I think it looks pretty awesome. What do you think?
I'm with the Kino one, but I already own it. And I feel like feature-wise, I'm not going to lose out on anything.
So let's see. What's
the deal there?
Yeah, so they're actually doing a great job, Arrow is. It's the previous Kino transfer with the Dolby Vision, plus they're giving you a new commentary and 2 new visual essays. Everything else is ported over.
But are those are newly commissioned from Arrow?
Yes. So you're
because you got to think I own that Criterion Blue as well. So I held on to both for the separate features.
Right.
Damn, they got newly commissioned ones?
They got some new stuff, and the Kino stuff's moving over too. There's some like audio interviews that aren't there, but everything else is there basically. Everything else is there.
Man, I'm gonna tell you to pick it up.
I don't know if it's time for me to pick it up.
It's time. You're gonna like it.
What do you? Should I ask the audience, since maybe they know me better? They want me to watch Carrie first too.
No. I you know what it is? I don't want you to miss out, because honestly, before this was announced, I thought the Kino one would be the definitive release. But I don't want you to miss out on a definitive release with a slip and all that. If you're going to eventually watch it and be like, damn, I wanted that. Now.
It's got like a nice thing going here, a nice booklet. They're doing their thing. What When should I watch Raising Caan?
You joke, but that's actually the biggest part of it.
I've seen it.
But dude, honestly, that's part of the journey I wanted you to go on, because Raising Caan is damn near parodying his entire filmography, and it's so much more enjoyable if you have seen. I'm not going to out you on the ones you haven't, but if you have seen Sisters, Carrie, Untouchables, Dressed to Kill, etc., yeah, dude, like,
okay,
it hits different. I promise.
Okay. And
that's the only thing. It's not that you can't enjoy them outside of this way I'm trying to mandate, but I feel like, man, you'll get more.
Well, it's limited, Russ. So what the hell should I do? I mean, I'm going to miss out again.
Dressed to Kill? You made the Raising Caan joke. I said, dude.
I can still get the Kino one without the slip, but I want to slip.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you're going to miss out. I know you will enjoy the film.
Here's the rest of Arrow's slate. Don't torture a duckling. I can't play it cool, I think that says. And then The Terminal Man, featuring another one of your favorites from 12 years old, George Segal. Are you familiar with George, or only Peter?
No. I was very familiar with George Segal. Now, I didn't talk about Peter, but to all my 4th grade friends, I had many discussions about George Segal.
As the Terminal Man?
Dude, a lot of my 4th grade class, they were huge fans of Fun with Dick and Jane. They loved it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. Well, I don't know what everybody else is picking up out there. I'm on the fence with Dressed to Kill. I'm on the fence.
No, get it.
Get it?
Dude, I'm telling you this. You were talking about, hey, I might pick up My Girl. Let Lindsay, the producer, spend her own money on that, and you get Dressed to Kill, Matt.
You got it.
Or this could be sweet. For Valentine's Day, Lindsay, the producer, give him Dressed to Kill. Matt, the host, you give Lindsay, the producer, My Girl.
That's
Russ,
how it
you're
works.
like a little Cupid. I love it.
Look at that. What's a gift
I would
of
like
the
to point
Magi?
out, though, I gave Matt Carrie for Christmas last year, and we should have watched it by now.
I know, I do have it on 4K from Scream Factory. Speaking of Scream Factory, Lindsay, the producer, let's change the subject really fast on that great segue, and that is because we're going to talk just briefly on Scream Factory. Just briefly. And it's only because they haven't really announced too much, but just like this is coming soon kind of thing without a lot of details, and I just wanted to bring it to your attention. One that I've always been a fan of, Night of the Creeps.
Oh, I missed this announcement.
So there's no real announcement for it. It's just like Fred Decker and some of the cast or something, or at least just him. He was somewhere and was asked about, will this come out? And he's like, we already did it. Scream Factory's going to put it out with no date. So they just started like circulating this art around. So I don't know that this is really anything official or not, but it is, it's coming out. Scream Factory's put it out before, which I saw this. I was like, damn, look at this.
I know.
Goes with the whole, what are those, a NECA, NECA like doll or whatever it is? Yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty wild.
I never did that. I always drew the line on the figures. I never
got a figure.
But if there was one I was going to get, it's Tom Atkinson with a shotgun, man.
That's pretty badass.
Needs that figure.
So they previously put this out, which is obvious that they would, do a 4K version of it. It'll probably come with the same features and everything else. Now this is the poster art, but for me, and if we ever did a part 2 to our, favorite VHS 80s box art covers, I don't know how I honestly forgot about this one, because this one was always one of my favorites. It's so great, the picture, but just the just like the tagline, the good news is your date is here. The bad news is he's dead. It's the best. That's like literally the best.
That reminds me of the Nintendo Friday the 13th. Kill screen.
Yeah, you died or something. All your friends are dead.
Your friends are dead. Game over.
I know. So it looks like, Scream did that art before on the old one with like a new slipcase or something. I don't know if they're going to go back to this really, or I guess maybe this is the original old school one, but God, this is it for me. That's a great tagline. Love that.
That is so memorable. You're right.
Love that.
Immediate nostalgia.
Immediate nostalgia. Also, just a quick honorable mention again, no information, but Shout Select, a title our fans have been dying to find out about, dying to hear about. Bring It On in 4K from Shout Select.
I'm holding out for the box set. Didn't they make like 12 of these damn things?
They did. But here it comes.
You notice I looked at Lindsay, the producer.
I actually have never seen this.
You've never seen it?
No.
Whoa, I saw this in the theater.
What?
This proves
Stop
misogyny.
talking, Matt.
This proves misogyny is real. I literally did. I looked over. I was
Yeah,
like,
what the
isn't there
hell,
like
Russ?
12 of these? Looking at Lindsay, but
You should have been looking at me.
I know. Saw the theater opening night.
Dude, I saw this in the theater, Save the Last Dance. I don't know what was going on.
What?
Oh.
What was going on?
I don't know. And yet I
Why?
haven't seen some of these
Why?
other films. Maybe I just like going to the movies. I don't know.
Was it a girl who?
Don't remember. But I saw this. I was entertained by it.
Honestly, I don't hate it.
I was entertained by it.
I
mean,
probably
I've
would
seen
like it.
I like Kirsten Dunst.
I love her.
I've seen it, but dude, I saw it because the girlfriend I had at that time, she watched it.
Gabrielle Union, she kind of blew me away. She was a nobody, wasn't she? As the other cheerleader, the one that.
Gabrielle Union was in stuff before 2000.
Are you sure?
I'm having
Before this movie?
I'm having a hard time naming one.
Bring up your
Yes.
Gabrielle Union filmography in your head, like your Peter Segal knowledge.
That's true.
Come on, you don't got your Gabrielle Union.
Gabrielle Union didn't direct Naked Gun 3.
No, she did it.
Had she, yes, I would be pointing that out.
This has gone on long enough. I just wanted to make sure you knew, and our audience knew, that Bring It On has already been brought in
Well,
to
our
4K.
This
you
chat
know,
is hilarious right now. You should really take
you
a look.
know.
All right.
Oh, well, hold on. Two things. You know, one of my like top 5 crushes did a parody of this, basically. But the real thing, the real thing our audience wants to know is, are you picking this up, Matt? You damn near, or you damn sure bought a ticket to see it on the big screen.
I don't know if I would. I mean, I've had an opportunity to own it at home. It's been on Blu-rays along with all the other sequels.
And Matt's not telling you the full story. He didn't see it back then. He went to a Fandango anniversary screen.
Kirk Redgate, maybe watch Carrie first.
And also, I'd like to point out that I have seen Carrie.
Mm.
All right.
And wouldn't he love it?
He
Brown
would.
Bunny.
Come on.
Brown Bunny, Matt learned the choreography. Mozart's Ghost. This was played in high school a ton. Drumline too. I didn't see Drumline. Was that Nick Cannon?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
I didn't see that. No, I will be buying Bring It On. Triple R3. Mike, isn't that a girl movie? I don't know. Is it?
It's a girl movie.
What?
No, are you picking up? You like it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd like to maybe watch it again.
I'm picking up Miss Congeniality.
Thank you, Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Anniversary. I don't know.
Dude,
Well,
we got to do a whole segment on, chick flicks.
Raised on Fiction. Mark from the depths,
Well, you
from the
know.
abyss. He comes out with a I have it on Blu-ray. Thank you, Mark.
And
And he's upgrading.
And I'll upgrade it.
yes. And I bow to Mark.
That's all I needed was that vindication. Now I can move on. Now that the chat's probably slandering me even further.
Look, jokes aside, we all have these movies like that. We all have these random.
I'm not saying this is my favorite. I saw this once in the theater.
Yo, chill.
I'll fight.
We all have these movies where,
Do we?
yeah, we do.
All right.
I got a couple where you look on my shelf and you're, dude, my girl. I don't think most people look at me and think, hey, that dude loves my girl.
I don't know. Maybe.
You do, but that's because you love me.
I know you.
But I honestly, I don't know, dude. Is it worth? I saw it a little bit with my girlfriend at that time. And to be honest, I'm no fan of her. So the association isn't very good either. But is this worth rewatching?
I'd like to rewatch it.
Yeah.
I remember enjoying it. I remember thinking it was
I
fun.
do too, honestly. I don't remember liking it, but I remember it was one of those where it was like, damn, if she's going to put on a movie, this one's tolerable.
I was also 18, so it's like, what the hell? Who knows what I like at that point?
I knew I didn't like Peter Segal.
You sure didn't. So that's what Scream, Shout Select, and them are doing. Let's move over to Criterion. Let's see their March slate. You ready to take a visit with them? You see what they put out?
I think they picked up Bring It On too.
Are they picking up Bring It On too?
What was it called? I know it had some dumb title.
Was it? It's already been brought in.
Probably. It had something silly like that. And there was an unrated exclusive DVD that probably hit with deleted footage so raw we couldn't put in theaters.
So raw.
Of a fucking high school cheerleading team. Like, what the fuck?
I do. We need a sequel. Who would put a sequel of this out? They probably would. They probably would put the sequel out. The whole trilogy, the series.
You just outed yourself on that one.
Box
you
set.
knew it was a trilogy. So there's 3, huh, Matt?
You know how I like to wait for box
There's
sets.
3.
All right. Anyway, we said Criterion, and that's what we meant. Let me hit that intro screen one more time, just so that the everyone knows that we're back to that and not Bring It
Moving
On. So coming out from Criterion in 4K Ultra HD, one of my newest one of my newest favorite movies from a long time ago, if that even makes any sense. And that's Thief.
That's right.
Thief. Been announced in 4K, coming out March 11th. Again, one of my newest favorite films from the past. Previously out on Blue from Criterion. I have it here. Saw this a couple of years ago when I picked this up on probably on one of the sales a couple of years ago, based on your vehement recommendation.
Oh, yeah. See, guys, he will watch him sometimes.
And I absolutely love this movie. So this is coming out, again, basically the same thing we've already gotten here from them before. 4K restoration of the director's cut, which is kind of funny. They don't mention it. They don't mention it as the director's cut in the Blu-ray listing when I looked at it, but they mention it as that in the 4K. But it is the same on both.
I wasn't aware of any of that.
Yeah. Basically, there was just like one extra scene. You know the scene where he's like right after the intro, little like heist thing. He's like walking down like whatever that is, like the bay. I don't know what he's looking at, and his like friend's there, like not like a homeless dude, but like his friend Cap's there. He's like fishing or something. And he sits down and talks to him. Yeah. That scene was added. Like that wasn't there before, I guess. I don't know why they decided to add that in, but that was added, and some other little minor things. But basically, this is the edition that we need. I also didn't know that Arrow had put this out on Blu-ray before.
I didn't know that.
It's kind of cool art. I think that's kind of neat. I mean, it makes it look like Snatch. It makes it look like this is going to be something like that, but it's pretty cool.
I had no idea that was wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
We didn't cover that. That's Blu-ray. Right?
That's a long time ago. Yeah, that's before this channel existed, Russ. That's in the past. But yeah, I'm hoping that there's a lot of Thief fans out there in our audience. I'm hoping there are a lot of people that are excited about picking this up.
Oh, there are. And this is a title I think everyone is going to unanimously upgrade. You're hesitant. See, but you're new, so that purchase is fresh in your memory of that Blu-ray, right?
I've seen it 4 times since then.
Dude, come on, and you're a fan. It's a Michael Mann movie. You want to upgrade it.
It's awesome. It really is. But what's interesting is I think they call it a let me see. They call it on the previous Criterion listing for the Blu-ray. They call it a 4K digital restoration. So I don't know if they're taking this one and doing like a whole new like
it's going to look like Public Enemies. It's going to look like Michael Mann's movies of the past like 15 years.
Yeah, like that's what they called this Blu-ray. So I don't know if like when they do the 4K if it's going to be a whole new, like original camera negative deal or what it is, but I'd be interested to see the difference. But it is definitely a movie worth the money, and for the amount of enjoyment I've already had after buying this on like half off on the Blu-ray sale. It's one of James Caan's, or Jimmy Caan as I like to call him, just one of his most like incredible performances like I feel like I've seen of him or many other actors.
Yeah, but you never saw Elf.
I did see Elf. And I went on to see The Gambler after this with him in it, and it's another incredible performance by him that I really hope Criterion or Arrow or somebody puts out in the near future, because that's another movie I would recommend. But this one, to me, is probably the best performance of his I've ever seen.
I agree with, I think it's awesome, but I've always also thought in the back of my head, it's not that far removed from Sonny Corleone.
Or from who he is as a real person.
Probably.
He's just walking on set. He brought his own gun on set.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Yeah, to be fair, now I'm running through the movies I've seen with James Caan. Yeah, he pretty much is the same. Even in Misery. He's pretty fucking angry in that, too. Yeah, well, given the circumstances, he probably should be.
You have no idea who you're effing with.
Yeah, for a dude who's like a victim, who's not in any position of power in that scenario, god damn, he's even angry and talking shit there too.
I don't know, but those shoulders, look at him. I bet they look great in 4K high definition.
That's what they were meant for.
That's what they were meant for.
These shoulders were made for 4K.
I know.
And Criterion's where they'll go. One of these days, Matt, come on. On to the next segment.
Do you know, I didn't know this, you and I both love the soundtrack, this Tangerine Dream score, awesome. Do you know that they got a Razzie that year for that score?
What?
They got razzed.
Jesus Christ.
Give me a break. Sorry, guy out there. I just ripped that off from. Give me a break. But seriously, can you believe they got a Razzie? Like that score is like the cherry on top. It like almost it's the glue that holds this together, basically.
Definitely.
I don't know.
It's a defining attribute of the film.
It is. But highly recommend. This is what else is going on for Criterion. I'm interested in Night Moves. Gene Hackman. Never saw it. But based on what I've read and what the synopsis here was and some, other stuff that I was looking at, it sounds like a really cool movie. Maybe something to check out before picking up. That'll be 4K. Another Godzilla movie. Choose Me with your girl. Is it Leslie Ann Warren?
Yeah, she's in that.
Oh yeah.
It sucks. I attempted it once.
For her?
I didn't like it. Yeah, honestly. And then listen, I know that's like, my wife gives me hell about that all the time. Dude, you have no idea. You just watched that. You just watched Colossal because it had Anne Hathaway in it. And I'm like, yeah. No. But honestly, no. What I had to. But I do it with everything. Like,
okay,
dude, like I know who Peter Segal is. I do it with directors. I do it with actors. I don't just do it with actor or actresses because I find them attractive. It's like there's something. I do that with a lot of stuff. But yeah, in the case of Choose Me, it was the Leslie Ann Warren connection.
Why is Criterion picking that one up?
I don't know. I remember thinking it was bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
What's everybody else out there picking up?
I want. Oh man,
what do you want?
I'll come back to that. Let me say this though.
Okay.
Godzilla versus Kubrick. That one is actually that's a big deal. I know in the Godzilla community, that's known as like one of the big ones, one of the great Godzilla films.
They keep putting them out. That's the second one I've seen in the last like 6 months.
Yeah, like that's a fan favorite. If what I've gathered over the years is correct, that is a fan favorite. So that's big news.
The Wages of Fear. I mean, again, I didn't see it, but the synopsis sounded pretty awesome for that.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Never seen it.
Stop putting me in your boat.
I've seen everything. I know who Peter Segal is at age 12.
Exactly. Come on, man.
I was playing 7 Degrees of Peter Segal with my friends at age 12.
I was so big into Naked Gun. I can't think about it. I saw the first Naked Gun. I was.
Back to Naked Gun 33 to 3rd.
I was, dude. I saw the first Naked Gun in the theater when I was 6 years old in 1988. I saw the second one in 91. And then that kid, I'm telling you, and I noticed when I saw the third one, I was like, this doesn't feel the same.
You were never the same.
And I remember realizing at that age, like, yo, that's not, because I recognized this Abrams Zucker. And I was like, none of those guys were the director. And I was like, who's that guy?
You know that guy, what's his name? Peter Rosenbaum. He's got a podcast called Inside of You. It's kind of getting a little bit more popularity. He has a lot of good guests on there. He had Peter Segal on there, and he talks about 33 1/3, and he says that basically Leslie Nielsen didn't respect him through the entire filming. Later, when he met him after the movie came out at some point at some like gathering or something, he reintroduced him. It's like, who are you? Oh, Peter, you know, like he was like...
That's funnier than anything.
Dude, it was a really great 8-minute little segment about how, because what he was saying was Leslie Nielsen's, his method for these movies was kind of going a little bit slower with the delivery, and somehow they sped it up in the editing. Dude, there was some kind of like manipulation.
That must be something I know. I'm telling you, it is. There's a different feel to that movie.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, to me, it sucks.
And that's where Peter Segal was kind of saying he was trying to, they just clashed basically. They didn't work together.
Listen,
well.
I mean, I'm not trashing Peter Segal. I'm making jokes, but like,
this is the Peter Segal hour.
He was walking into a situation. This is an already established thing.
Yeah.
Like that would have been what, film 4 of Leslie Nielsen if the Zaz team was still intact. You had Airplane, The Naked Gun, and you know, like
TV show.
Yeah. Oh shit, you're right. Police Squad. Like he was walking into a situation that was already established and worked.
Yeah.
So anything he did was going to be met with apprehension.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well,
we got deep on Naked Gun 33 1/3.
And Peter Segal. I mean, if anybody can hashtag this at all ever, you know, going forward, make sure that Peter Segal's name's in it. He hasn't been talked about this much in years.
We're gonna make him viral.
All right, Russ. Last up in this little roundup here, not from Criterion, but we're going to jump over to Vinegar Syndrome. Their next VSU surprise announcement: VSU of Virtuosity. Virtuosity. Now, I remember seeing Virtuosity. I remember renting it at Blockbuster. I remember it being the very first Russell Crowe movie I'd ever seen. I didn't even know who he was because he had only done some Australian stuff. I think this was like his first, or one of his first, like big, I guess if you want to call it mainstream. I mean, Denzel Washington is in it, so it's big enough to star him.
Yeah, they weren't throwing his name on the poster in the United States.
No, not at all. Like you didn't know who he was really. But I remember kind of pseudo enjoying this movie at the time. I wanted to throw on if I could throw on the trailer just really quick. I'll that Vinegar Syndrome put up. I'm just gonna mute it. His hair was great in this. Wait, there's a close up of Russell Crowe and his hair. That's what I always remember is his hairstyle in this movie. Wait for it, it's coming. And it's great. It's glorious.
Dude, what? This movie looks crazy.
It is pretty wild. Do you remember what this movie's about? Have you ever seen it?
No.
Never saw it? Okay, here comes his hair. Here comes his hair. Here comes. Oh, yeah. Like, what is that?
Sick.
Look at this guy. I know. It's like great slicked back. Like, what do you call that? A pompadour? He's like a greaser. He belongs in...
it's pompadour. It's like Morrissey.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, dude. So, like, Denzel Washington is like a police officer, and they put him into like a virtual reality like training program. And in that virtual reality training program is Russell Crowe, who is basically an amalgamation of like a ton of like killers and like all these different people. He's like the ultimate like killing machine. And they send them in there to like train against him, basically. No one except for Denzel Washington has ever beaten him in the simulator. At some point, some shenanigans go on, and Russell Crowe escapes the simulator. And he's wreaking havoc across everywhere. So they have to tap Denzel Washington because he's the only one that's ever faced him.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you this, dude. I love Demolition Man.
From the maker of Lawnmower Man. Guy that directed Lawnmower Man. Another like virtual sort of, except that one, the guy jumps into the machine, and this one, he jumps out of it.
I don't want to speak out of turn, but I'm going to go out and say that the creator of Lawnmower Man never won a Cleo.
He definitely didn't.
He did not.
He definitely didn't, but...
He did not.
Again,
I don't know. Is it good?
It's okay. I wouldn't mind checking it out again. It looks pretty wild.
It essentially bombed, from my recollection. Like, it kind of came and went.
It was a VHS staple.
Yeah.
VHS staple.
Yeah. And, you know, this isn't... It looked derivative as hell when it came out. Peter Segal's name was attached. I just stayed away.
I think Russell Crowe's performance was pretty cool. This is what gave him more shots in America, I've got to say. Yeah. I've got to imagine.
Well, dude, it's the prequel to American Gangster.
As soon as he jumped out of the machine.
Yeah.
He became a gangster.
Yeah, Frank Lucas is in here.
I don't know, but it's the VSU, baby. You're getting that VSU treatment. I'll tell you what, I still haven't picked up Sliver or Congo, but if you go on their website, it says there's still 1,000 copies left of each. So I'm holding out hope for a sale.
I ordered Sliver. I haven't received it yet, but I had to.
You know, here's what I wish. When they sell these out, you know, like, okay, inside of the, now Congo's a VSU, Sliver is not. Inside the Congo VSU, when you open it up, it's in a slipcase. When they do the Congo regular editions outside of the VSU, once those have sold out, they don't put the slipcase on it anymore. I think they should.
Well, Vinegar Syndrome does, oftentimes, they'll sell slips by themselves.
But do they do that for the VSU that come out later as a regular? Because I feel like I only see them without the slip.
That I'm not sure. But I know they'll sell slips individually.
Okay, well... I still haven't picked these up. I'm glad you picked up that Sliver there because they have a regular version too.
Yes. Nah, dude. That packaging is part of the reason.
Hell yeah.
It pushed me over the edge, dude.
That's great. That is great. All right. Russ, we're in the home stretch, believe it or not. We're in the home stretch. We got a little Kino to talk about. Check in with them.
Little Kino.
Some collector's editions that are coming out internationally that I might want to dabble in. And maybe if there's time, we'll turn the channel to 4K Kings After Hours. If there's time.
What?
After Hours? Like, you know, a little like...
Well, let's play chess.
When the kids are in bed, we put the After Hours content on.
Okay.
See what I'm saying here?
I got you. Oh, no. Are there some... Uh-oh.
So coming out...
Are there some erotic ghost stories announced?
No more erotic ghost stories yet.
I know what's in.
They got to make some more.
I know what you like.
They've re-released those quite a few times.
I know what you're into.
Black Sheep coming out, 4K Kino.
This is the one where he rolls down a hill.
This one is the one where he rolls down the hill. It's coming out March 25th. They both got announced at the same time. Basically, this one for Kino and the other one from the studio, which, you know, they know what they're doing there. They know where they want to get their money.
So this is a Bloodsport Kickboxer situation where Black Sheep is meaner in tone.
Not even close, because at least Kickboxer is like you watch and you like. This one, I think I just remember feeling like they had such a great formula. How did they lose it? Like, there was probably a few jokes here or there, but as a whole, this movie did not click. Like, remember that laughing stuff I was just talking about? Yeah. I was not in tears laughing at this ever.
It's Ace Ventura and Ace Ventura When Nature Calls.
There you go. Now we're talking.
I think you and I agree on that, right? There are a lot of people who like When Nature Calls. I'm not a fan.
I loathe.
It's like Peter Segal made that motherfucker.
It seriously is. I loathe When Nature Calls. Oh,
dude, really?
Loathe it.
Have we ever thought about this?
No, but we should.
I hate it. Dude, I saw it in the theater. I was angry.
I did too.
I did too. Everyone was laughing around me, and I was like, he's like crawling out of a rhinoceros's ass, and I'm sitting here like, this is stupid. Dude, the slinky on the everything about it was like, yo, I'm embarrassed.
The jokes weren't like even the jokes themselves.
And again, hold on. Yes. Same thing, because it was what is his name? Odenkirk directed it. It was a different director.
Bob Odenkirk?
Not Bob Odenkirk, but his name's Steve Odenkirk, I believe. It was a different. It didn't have like what like for instance, Liar Liar. I'm not a big fan of Liar Liar, but it feels more like Ace Ventura because it's Tom Shadyac.
Shadyac, yeah.
You see what I mean? It's the same situation there. So I'm not crazy about my Peter Segal bias.
No, you're not. It's definitely like the connection wasn't there. Something wasn't there. The jokes weren't as funny at all, which I had such a great experience with Ace Ventura. So when I didn't laugh at all, I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't laugh at anything.
I've never rewatched it to this day.
I haven't either.
I saw it once. And how old were we when
It's
that came out?
ridiculous. It's so awful.
Dude, there's a whole part with Tommy Davidson that I was like, yes, and
Yes.
the color of fucking, and even that I was watching like, you know. But anyway, back
So
to
Black Sheep.
Yeah,
It's coming out. So they got that. You got a little Black Sheep. Now you got Daylight. The movie I think about every time I go and drive through a tunnel. Daylight.
You know what popped into my head? I heard Dayman. Oh.
I've never seen this movie, but I just really wanted to share that anecdote that anytime I'm driving and we go in a tunnel for whatever reason, I think about this movie instantly and how something all of a sudden is going to like come crashing down behind us and a flood of water is going to come and we're going to have to drive out of that mother.
I thought you were just making a joke.
No, I swear.
Oh, wow.
I think about it.
Wow.
I mean, I let my, hysteria subside to where I'm not freaking out and having a panic attack, but I do think about it. I'm like, oh shit, this is what happens in Daylight. They get trapped in here.
That's like kind of whenever I drive over a bridge, I think about Jack Black and Anchorman kicking a dog over.
Kicking a dog over?
Yeah.
Oh, sad.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like the thought.
That's sad, Russ. What else we got coming out from Kino? Just another quick hit.
I'd watch Daylight.
You watched it or you would watch it?
I would watch it. It looks like it could be unintentionally funny.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Speaking of unintentionally funny, finally, the General's daughter announced like years ago. Kino's finally given the people what they want with the General's daughter. And this is coming out March 18th. New restoration, Dolby Vision, commentary, and all the archival featurettes. Masterpiece of John Travolta with an alternate ending.
What?
Now, I will say, and I think we agree on this movie sucks.
Did we watch it?
We did. We watched it at movie night.
This is the one with Madeline Stowe, right?
This is the one where
with James Wood. With
James Woods.
Timothy Hutton.
We watched this at movie night.
Okay, I have seen this.
This is the one where it would have been so much better if John Travolta kept the Cajun accent the whole movie, remember?
That was brilliant.
He had a great Cajun accent because he was undercover.
That's right.
But we had never seen it, so we thought this was his accent the whole time, and we were like, oh my God. And then he drops it, and the movie sucks after.
Dude, so you're right. Someone needed to make an entire film with Travolta in that accent.
It was great.
Battlefield Earth would have been a smash if he did that accent with those dreadlocks.
It would have been a smash. And of course, you had to mention James Wood, so I would be remiss if I did not put the clip of the year.
This is like the definition of creeper. What he defines in this scene is nothing short of brilliant. Watch.
John Travolta's grilling him.
Like, holy shit, my skin is crawling. Watch this. Watch what he does. He whispers something.
He's whispering. He's like, worse.
It doesn't even matter. Worse.
What could be worse than the R word? Once you find that out, then you'll know everything, won't you?
Oh, I thought you meant the R-E word.
And then he goes, give it to us.
Oh, shit.
Give it. Yeah. Give me that.
Dude, it's the way he turns around.
Oh, it's great.
It's so...
Oh, it's a good one.
Dude,
that's great. General's daughter, everyone.
I don't think James Woods did anything in real life that was offensive. I think we all just canceled him because we can't... the sleaze is just too much.
It's too much.
On screen. Even when he's just acting, it's shit.
You know what you're getting when you hire James Woods. It's like he brings a layer of sleaze to everything.
Dude, you were just gifted Casino. As soon as he showed up in that movie, you're like,
that's the height of the sleaze.
I know the story of this guy. See a picture. Oh shit! Watch out, Rothstein. Watch out, Sam.
Oh god, it's great. Have you ever heard of this movie? Because Kino is announcing this in 4K. Tarantino executive produced, starring Esmeralda Villalobos from Pulp Fiction. That's her.
Yeah, is this the one that came out in like 96?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Kino's putting this out in 4K.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
With Stephen Baldwin from Sliver fame.
I was about to say, if it was if it was wait, Stephen Baldwin.
Which one's in Sliver?
Oh, Stephen Baldwin's your boy. Stephen Baldwin is the
Billy Baldwin's the one from Sliver.
Billy's in Sliver, right? William, Billy,
Stephen.
Wait, isn't that great being a Baldwin?
Wait, hold on. Which one's this?
They want the money.
That's Stephen. I know that's
so
Steven.
Billy is in this.
Yeah, that's why I was correcting you. It's not Stephen.
Okay.
Stephen was in The Usual Suspects. Stephen was in Flintstones Viva Rock Vegas. You know
right,
that, Matt.
I do know that.
And don't even smile. You probably saw it in the theater.
I do. Double bill. Bring it on. All right, Russ, let's run down a few collector's editions that the people out there might be interested in, or at least some that I know that I'm interested in, but some I've also seen other people interested in too, and I want to share them with you as well. Number one is Constantine. We talked about this briefly. A regular had been announced, a Steelbook had been announced, and now here is this collector's edition, which you can only get in the UK. Most places that I've gone to won't even ship it to the US. You can go to Orbit DVD and pre-order it for like $59.99, but most of like the Zavis and the HMVs and wherever, the minute you tell it where you want it to ship, at least at the time when I was trying, would not ship it to the US. Don't know why. What's this embargo with Constantine?
That set looks awesome.
It does, dude. That's what I want. I've got this one on DVD, 2-disc deluxe edition here, my Keanu slipcase DVD. And that's the one that I was really hoping to get, but it's proving to be a little difficult.
Did you get it you're ordering? Did you order it through Orbit?
I mean, I didn't really have $59.99 at the time. I was hoping I was going to get it for less than $59.99, if I'm being honest. I'm being honest with you.
Well, Matt, you got to pay.
You got to pay.
You got to pay. If you want that Gavin Rossdale commentary, you got to pay the price.
Well, it's coming with a lot of cool stuff. The Steelbook itself looks great. I like the hard box. I love the imagery there. I think that looks really, really cool. I am excited to pick this up. I'll probably end up getting, I don't know what version I'll get. I will pick this up. This is a cool movie I do enjoy. And it's coming out February 18th. And then Amadeus, a movie I've seen people talk about randomly in different comments throughout our page, just like, hey, this is coming out, or, you know, I'm excited this is coming out, or whatever. I've never seen this movie, but I know this movie does have a lot of acclaim, and I know this is a pretty awesome looking collector's edition as well that's coming out from WB. Is this a movie that's on your radar? Have you seen this? It's one of those 100 movies to see before you die kind of deals.
Mios Forman.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
And this one could be forgiven because it came out, I want to say, in 83, which means I was 1 year old. It always came across as lofty to me.
I'm looking at this. I feel like it's lofty.
Intimidated.
Dude, that poster art that I'm familiar with, that drawing where his hands are like this, I don't even know what that is. As a kid, I'm saying, like looking at that, it's like, what is that?
It looks like Legend or something.
Right. Like, who is Amadeus? Like, who is that? It's like some wizard.
I know.
It's like, what the hell? But, you know, it's a little bit more, not as intimidating when you see him on there with the powdered wig and everything else. But yeah, dude, that's a pretty striking poster to like lead with.
It is. That is funny. I had the same experience with it. I had no clue how to contextualize it as a child. And even if I could as a child, I don't think the subject matter would have screamed at me like, Mom, let me rent this.
Not like Peter Segal at 12.
I would have watched this over any of his joints.
So is this where Rock Me Amadeus comes from?
I always assumed that in my head because that was an 80s song. Like, I always assumed there was some connection or at least pop culture. Not that I thought it was in this movie, but I thought there was some sort of like, hey, that was a moment that, you know, you could reference that everyone would get due to the movie. It
was just a joke I was making, tying that in with the fact I've never seen it.
Oh, I'm being honest.
Okay.
I always assumed, I thought that in my head.
How about this one, Russ, for you? RE-ANIMATOR in 4K.
I saw this. This does look awesome.
What are you going to do?
Well, at the time this came across my radar, what is this company?
They're called Ignite Films. I'd never heard of them.
Neither have I. So immediately I, didn't
jump right in.
I'm skeptical, right? I'm cautious.
You get Dr. Hill bobblehead. You get the cards, the booklet. Looks like a little. Is that like a magnet class kind of box?
What I'm thinking, and I like that.
I like that
and all that. I want to hear some more about it. And at the time when this came across my radar, there was no option to pre-order. So I didn't even know what the price was looking like or anything. It was one of those deals where it was, hey, leave your email, we'll notify you.
They got the 40 in there for a 40th anniversary.
I'll tell you this. I hope, that's right. There's like a couple variations of it. I would just want the magnet clasp release. I don't need a bobblehead. If they got that $49.99 or less, I'll pick it up. If not, I might hold out because Arrow or somebody's gonna.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask you. Has Criterion and Arrow put this out, or was it just Arrow? Am I wrong on Criterion?
Criterion.
It's just Arrow because you. Okay, it was Arrow. You had it.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Okay.
And then Arrow. Oh, well, Arrow. Well, again, in UK and America, I believe Arrow did it. But then you have the sequels too.
Yes. Yeah. Beyond RE-ANIMATOR.
Yeah, Beyond. That was a not MVD, but what was the other where that was the slip, and they did horror, and it was always the slips were in
Vestron.
Vestron, yes. Beyond was Vestron, and then Bride, I believe, is Arrow as well.
Okay.
Because Bride, I have a Bride Blu-ray Steelbook.
Okay.
That might have been from the UK, honestly. But and then there is a fourth one, or actually Beyond. No, I'm sorry. There's one. Beyond is the one that was made like years later, and it's
so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Bride's pretty good. I like Bride. Bride has its fans, but the first one is where it's at.
I'm surprised, like that. I guess Arrow. I didn't read anything about this transfer, but I don't know if Arrow in UK, when they put this out, they'll probably do their own thing. But I'm curious how this even looks or what this will even be.
And that's what I mean. I'm totally excited. I like the artwork. I want to learn more about this company.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is this a blind buy, Russ?
A blind buy? I've seen.
Not this for me.
Oh, for you? Ooh. Is RE-ANIMATOR a blind buy for you? I'll tell you this, out of all the Stuart Gordon type films like this is the one for you, definitely.
Okay.
And I don't mean it in any way. This probably is the best out of all of them.
All right. I'll think on it. Not this. I'm not going to blind buy this. I'll wait for Arrow to do something.
I think you should. Yes.
Okay.
I would say blind buy it. I know everyone in the comments is telling you to. They should be. I mean, this is a classic, but I'm thinking about what impact it would have on you, like seeing it at this age in your life. I'm thinking about, does it go too far? I know sometimes maybe you know what I mean? Too far in like the silliness in a way.
Okay.
I could see you maybe, I don't know.
All right.
It's definitely, dude, it would pair great with Evil Dead 2. And that's your favorite movie of all time, right?
One of them, top 5.
Yeah.
Well, moving over to France, a movie that I'm dying, or I have been dying to like pretty much since I saw it as a kid, and I just have never been able to say, like, I like this movie, even though I want to so bad. It's getting its own, it's already come out in 4K, but now France is doing something special for NIGHTBREED, also known as Cabal. And it's got really awesome, that David Cronenberg serial killer guy's mask on the front, the knife. It's got the original title. It's come with like, what's this, like a VHS box as well. It's got, 3 discs, a booklet. This is awesome. I skipped this when Scream Factory put it out. And I think we had the same conversation then. Like, I watched this movie on VHS way early on. It weirded me out. It was strange. It was kind of like a weird feeling that I had the whole time watching it. All the monsters were a little bizarre. But God, I wanted to like it. It just had like a style to it that I just really wish clicked with me and just didn't.
No, I'm with you. I feel exactly the same way about this movie. I want to like it. To me, the style never creeped me out. I think that's my problem with it.
You wanted it to?
No.
Well, he did. David Cronenberg mask guy did.
Yeah, but if you recall, he's barely in it.
He is barely.
I mean, dude, like what I'm talking about is the main story when Craig Sheffer goes to like the mausoleum and all those people. Like, to me, it just came across as funny. It came across to me like a Jim Henson like kids movie or something, and but they're all something like fuck, and I'm like,
well, I was gonna say
this weird tone of like, dude, this looks silly, but like everyone's taking it so damn serious.
I'm with you. The creatures themselves were really, really cool, but they didn't all, reach the realm of like horror or scary. So it did, but with all the tone and the language and stuff.
There's better imagery with stuff like this in Beetlejuice, I think. That kind of affected me more as a kid, where it just kind of felt it felt like Little Monsters.
Well, here's a Steelbook for you, too.
It felt like Little Monsters.
Maybe a little harder than Little Monsters.
A little, but I'm saying not far off. And trust me,
harder.
There's a big jump between a fucking Clive Barker movie and a Fred Savage kids movie. It shouldn't be that close, I
want to be this guy for Halloween.
That would be awesome.
That's a cool mask. I think somebody like a Slipknot like band member or something probably has that mask, but something like that. It's a cool, scary mask. But anyway, Cabal, Steelbook. For all you fans out there, Russ, another one, Play on Pictures, scanners in 4K.
Play on.
Play on, player. You got Scanners. You got Michael Ironside getting ready to basically, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he's doing his like thing there, his mind control thing where he's exploding heads. But here he is. David Cronenberg Scanners, Play on. They're putting this out for the first time in 4K. They're the first to do it. It looks like a media book.
I thought this was out in 4K already.
I don't believe so. And
holy shit, that's awesome.
And then they're putting this out, which I think looks really cool.
Give them the Cleo. Give them the Cleo. Oh.
I didn't know this was a trilogy, or there was a trilogy for this, but yeah, dude, this art is awesome.
I think it's one of those things, they're just calling it a trilogy, where it was like, hey, let's try to milk some sequels out of this, but now to resell it to a different generation. Like, hey, this is just like Dune.
Had you not told me that Michael Ironside was in it very little, I probably would have just bought this just for the hell of it after I saw Videodrome.
Yeah, he's not in it a lot. He's basically in the beginning and end.
I know, God.
Yeah. And honestly, this artwork you're seeing, everything you associate with this movie
is those scenes.
Is pretty much the beginning and end.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, dude, I don't hate this. I own it on Blu-ray. It's not a movie I'm going to upgrade. I enjoy it, dude. It's Cronenberg. It's Scanners. It's awesome. But I have to admit, personally, it falls
in the lesser
for me.
Okay.
If I had to rank Cronenberg films, his horror, this era, Scanners is a little lesser for me.
The imagery has always been great.
Oh yeah,
the imagery.
And those scenes I'm talking about are fantastic. And like I said, dude, the movie's not bad. Yeah. It's just I went in expecting a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Like, I went in like, oh, Videodrome, The Fly. You know, it's like, and man, it didn't hit that height.
Okay. Well, that's the roundup for the sort of collector's editions of the International. We got a few minutes left where we can dive into some 4K Kings after hours, talk to the chat a little bit before we close out in this first stream of 2025. You want to go 4K Kings after hours just for a quick blip?
You said talk to the chat. That's the foreplay?
You want to talk to the chat first? Get a little foreplay before?
What's going on, chat?
Let's see.
How y'all doing out there?
Coming out.
My Mac Daddy Denzel mode.
May 13th.
Fix my eyebrows. Make sure my breath's not stinking.
From MV.
Goddamn fucking point.
MVD Rewind. Remember them?
Yeah, I like MVD Rewind.
MVD Rewind. They are putting out a classic boner jam of my youth.
Really?
They are.
You don't brag about your boner jams as often.
It's not like one that I like hold dear in my heart, but when they showed it, I remember it. And that is the Bikini Car Wash Company.
What?
I've never heard of this before in my life.
Number one and number two, the double bubble feature, because you're getting both, baby. It's a 2-pack. Now, I can't comment on if I've ever seen 2. But I've definitely seen 1. And I'm going to be honest, I don't even really remember the plot. I just remember that brunette.
Which one? Which one?
Top right.
The Kelly Kapowski one?
Top right brunette is the one that I remember. This movie I left on a few times when it would be like late night. Me and my mom would be on the couch. She would fall asleep. And I would keep watching, TV into the later evening. And Mom, if you're watching this, you blew it.
This came on, and you were like, "Better keep extra quiet. Don't want Mom to wake up."
Kept this on and just sat still as a stone. And I was like, kept looking over. Every time there would be like a movement or like a quick like one of those, like you're like moving in your sleep, I'd be like, last channel, baby, boom, quick with it.
Oh, last channel. Remember
get the old
button?
Last channel button going. Dude, this happened with this specific movie at least twice, that exact scenario, which is so bizarre. Like, it would just come on at nighttime, but a lot of times me and my mom would be watching TV, and sometimes she would fall asleep. We'd be watching like Unsolved Mysteries, like stuff like that. But then
Car Wash 2.
Right. Then she would fall asleep, and I'd be like watching Prism.
Yeah.
Channel 45 Prism, like cinema, like whatever. But whatever channels, this would come on. And like I said, this is probably softer than soft. This is probably like Playboy Channel, like soft nudity. I don't remember much, but
hardcore to me.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there was some relations in it, but it was very soft. By today's standards or whatever standards, if you watch this, it's probably cute. It's probably watches with the family at this point.
I play on the Disney Channel now.
Disney Plus. Get your Disney Plus Bikini Car Wash Company.
We gotta preserve these films. I don't want to see them just die on streaming platforms.
I know. I would watch this and honestly probably just be embarrassed that I like.
No, but I would if I was you, I would buy it.
Would you really?
Yeah, dude, I love finding this stuff.
I can't believe it's getting a restoration or whatever they're doing.
I want to look up what else is MVD put out. Maybe there's something you don't know that I'm like, hey.
Hold on, it's really funny how they explain what they're doing with this movie. Hold on, let me just look it up really quick. As far as the restoration's concerned, where is it? Let me just look up. I'll read what it says. They say, okay. It says the Bikini Car Wash Company and the Bikini Car Wash Company 2 were originally shot and produced on standard definition videotape. To present these films in the best possible quality, both feature films have been upconverted, remastered, and upgraded from their original standard definition 480p resolution to high definition 1080p resolution.
Ultra high definition.
Using the latest advanced upconversion AI models. And presented in their 133:1 original aspect ratios in order to provide the best possible viewing experience. You're right. I should support this thing.
When they say AI models, do they mean like the models of artificial intelligence or the sluts?
These women are not sluts, Russ.
I don't mean
Kim here reads Vonnegut.
Insult your child.
And Suzanne, she wants to get toxic waste cleaned up. I blew that line, messed it up completely.
I know what you're doing.
You know what I'm doing.
All balls itch. It's a fact.
It's a fact. Come on, just one of the guys. Criterion. Let's get it with the April slate. So, Bikini Car Wash Company, I just had to show. This was a nugget of my youth that I was just shocked when I saw this announced. It was like, no shit. I had forgotten entirely until I saw the words Bikini Car Wash Company.
Well, as an OG fan, kind of like the Cameron situation, are you angry that AI is going to come in and maybe scrub and change some of Bikini Car Wash 1?
Too much Bikini Car Wash AI scrubbing these days. I feel like I'm a purist, and I hope they didn't go too over the line with it. I'm going to have to wait and see.
They have to maintain some level of grain.
They got to maintain.
We have to give us that VHS. That shot on tape feel, you know, we don't want to escape that.
No, we definitely don't. One more quick shout out before we go to the chat and say goodbye. I wanted to show also, I forgot, Umbrella. So they posted an initial picture of movies that they're putting out this year.
Wow.
It doesn't say 4K, it doesn't say Blu-ray, it doesn't say collector's editions. I'm assuming collector's editions, but they've been doing a lot of 4Ks too, so hopefully Memento got my eye, Funny Games got my eye. The Fall obviously got my eye as well, but there's a few on here that I know, and even following, that's Christopher Nolan's very first movie.
Dude, and fucking, once again, Chris Farley, Black Sheep.
Black Sheep, it's back again.
That cover artwork is wild. You're right, they did change the tone from Tommy Boy to that.
The Doom Generation.
I already got that now.
I know you got that,
set.
yeah. So,
BMX Bandits.
There you go.
Nicole Kidman love. And that is from Australia, I believe.
Yeah.
Wasn't BMX Bandits an Australian film?
I believe so. So go to the chat. That's all we got for the night. That's a rundown of everything that we missed. I
think we did a good job catching up on a month's worth of material.
It is.
We started off terrible. I hope everyone just skips like the first.
I mean, we couldn't even get it working for the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, but we fought back. We fought fate and won.
We won. But we got an exciting 2020. We got a lot of big plans.
We do.
What do y'all want to see from us in 2025? I think that's what maybe we'll leave it with. What does everyone out there want to see from us in 2025? What are your big requests, your hopes, your dreams as we continue to surge through this thing called life in YouTube, going for 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year? Think we can do it?
I think you need to watch Carrie.
And then maybe it will happen.
Saying Barfly 4K, that would be cool. I'd love to watch. I watched that a bit back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I was intoxicated myself most of the time, but it's a story of Bukowski, and there's been a few films on him. And Mickey Rourke plays him. It's good, dude.
I want to know what else Matt watched with his mom, says L.A. Jewel. A Carrie review, says Eric Otto. Should I redeem myself, watch Carrie, and then we review it?
That'd be fun.
A Bikini Car Wash review. Dude, we should do when we did a Serbian film and we watched it. We should just, that might be uncomfortable. There is nudity and probably softcore sex. We probably shouldn't watch that together. That'd make me feel uncomfortable.
And wait, what?
In Bikini Car Wash Company.
Dude, we watched a Serbian film together and this is uncomfortable?
It might be.
He only watches it with his mom.
Sure.
I need my mom here.
Johnny Handsome 4K. I'm looking forward to that.
Con Air 4K announced. I saw that too. No real news or anything.
I like how we both did the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Leo. It was like Johnny Handsome 4K.
AA2. Did they discuss The Cell? It's coming out this month in 4K. Yeah, we talked about that last year. Come on, we're in 2025 now.
Yeah.
Watch the Serbian film with your mom, L.A. Jewel. Possibly.
Oh, Kirk, I'm with you. Listen, I was going to do this. I'm going to post something on our channel, maybe tomorrow. Trust me, I remember I have With Nail and I on my list. I have 4 films I'm going to list. I'll tell you right now. And I want you all to vote. Whatever wins, I'm going to watch definitively. I'm going to use it as motivation to stick to a watching pattern. And With Nail and I is going to be an option. It'll be Paris, Texas, With Nail and I, the new Dune, and there'll be one other one. And I want you guys to tell me out of those, which should I watch?
You're going to try to watch the new Dune?
I am.
You're going to hate that.
Probably.
You're not gonna like that at all.
Probably.
Why would you do that?
I'm gonna give Villeneuve.
You're just gonna give it a try. Okay.
Villeneuve, he's proven himself. I'm a fan of a lot of stuff he's done.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people. I'll tell you this. You know why? It's the one movie of modern times that I do hear younger people talking about, and I can tell they like they're enthused about it.
Because Zendaya and Timothée Chalamet.
Maybe
they're actors.
No, but I'm talking about like for instance, a dude I work with. He's younger, and he was talking about this movie, and it actually made me feel good because the way he was talking about it. It was like, wow, this is the way everyone used to talk about random movies. You know,
yeah.
I could tell he was feeling it.
Okay.
Like, had he talked to me about a Marvel movie, it would have just been like, you know, blah blah blah. But there was passion, and I was like, you know what, I should check it out, man.
Okay. Bolo Young says With Nail and I is essential. That's what Bolo says. What's Tong Po have to say? That's what I'd like to know. Kirk Redgate with Ale and I and Paris, Texas are both incredible. Looks like is it worth picking up Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
A Bumpy Johnson. That's funny you say that because Matt just pointed it out. I might not like Dune, but Prisoners is probably my least favorite.
I do. You know which one I do like and want to see again?
And it's solely because of Hugh Jackman. What's that?
Oh, because of Enemy. With Jake Gyllenhaal.
I like Enemy.
And the spiders.
Yeah, I like
God, that one's so weird. It creeps me out.
Honestly, this movie is so underrated. Arrival.
Oh, hell yeah.
Arrival's brilliant.
Brilliant.
Dude,
sci-fi.
as a concept, that movie was brilliant. That's exactly how language works. Like, I was so shocked when I watched that movie of like, how has a sci-fi film never done this angle on it? Brilliant.
Enemy rules, Eric Otto. Watch Dune with Matt's mom. We got to get Matt's mom in the chat, but we got to wait for her to fall asleep so then we can turn on what we want.
I know. I'll tell you.
You know what I mean?
Matt's mom.
Then we get to put on whatever we want.
I'll tell you. Well, I have a story. I have a Matt's mom movie story.
I have one too that I'll out myself on if she's watching. She might.
I have one of my own on her at my wedding. Right. I put on the playlist. It was Stephen Bishop's "Something's Telling Me It Might Be You" from Tootsie. And I don't know why. I guess your mom was at my wedding, and we were near each other when that song was playing. And your mom was like, "I love this song, and I love this movie, Tootsie." Like, she went off about it.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, I love Tootsie too. Okay, go on. I feel like I'm making you uncomfortable.
No, I like what you're saying.
I probably would be too if somebody was telling me a story about my mom, one of my friends. I'd be like, what?
No, I just have another story in the same vein as the Bikini Car Wash story. That's why I was listening to you. You're telling you're telling like a sincere anecdote, and I'm about to tell something like gross.
Oh, my fault, man. Go. Oh yeah, 2049, Villeneuve did that. I'll tell you this, I'm not a huge fan of that movie, but one thing I'll always say, for a Blade Runner sequel, you couldn't have done it any other way, and anyone else would have fucking murdered it. It would have been terrible.
I didn't see that. I have it.
Dude, watch it, because I mean, honestly, for like, if you don't like that, you don't like the idea of a Blade Runner sequel existing. It is as good as it could be.
Could have possibly been.
And think about how many ways that could have gone wrong. Like, you got to give Villeneuve credit.
I don't know why your mom was at my wedding, says Brown Bunny. Because you invited her. That's what happened.
Did I say that?
Arrival needs Criterion. That would be awesome.
What's that?
Arrival needs Criterion. That's what was just said.
That would be cool. I would like that.
Let me see. Vampire Kiss 4K. Let's see.
For some reason, when I saw Vampire's Kiss, I immediately thought of Vampire in Brooklyn. That was the first.
Should be adding Amadeus to the list. It says release a 5-hour cut of Blade Runner 49. Yeah. So it looks like Dune so far is 50% winning
That's shocking.
the poll. People want you to watch Dune.
And I'm with you. Out of all three of those options, Dune seems the least up my alley.
Especially, can we get a clarification on the length? Are you going to watch, do you have to watch Dune Part 2? The first one's like 2.5 hours at least.
Yeah, I know. I think it's longer than that from what I've heard. But yeah, it is. I kind of, come on, man. It's going to force me to.
Okay. I like it.
And like I said, I got to give Villeneuve, I got to give him the shot. He's earned it.
Okay.
I got to give Timothée Chalamet the shot. He's earned it. Got to give Bob Dylan a shot. He's earned it. It's like, no, I'm not watching it.
Josh Brolin.
You going to watch that?
No, I'm not going to watch that either.
Yeah, good.
Not going to watch that. Well, it's been a pleasure. I guess we'll close out now just to say again, well, we're glad to be back. Got a lot of great things planned for 2025. Again, let us know what you want to see from us, whether it's types of videos that you like, whether it's movie related, physical media related, or completely out of that realm. We're open to anything, really.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a lot coming up. We've recently reviewed Kickboxer, which we'll have that coming up soon. We'll be reviewing 7. Got a couple of other cool reviews and other segments coming out as well.
That's right. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
thanks a lot.
That was the conversation. Sergeant Poobutt, what is that? Sergeant Pogibait?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Christopher Walken is in Dune too. That's actually how the conversation started. It was somebody where I work, and they were talking about it, and I was like, hey, there's an actor. I had just come across, I was like, and I read this actor was in one of them, and I was shocked. Like, it was, and I was trying to explain because they were younger. I was like, it's an actor I like.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't remember who I read. And they were like, I know who you're talking about. He's that dude. They were like talking about a meme. I forget what it was. It was Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken?
They pulled up. They didn't know. But I was like, yep, that's what I was like, dude, I love Walken.
Everyone's baffled that Dune won, but so many people voted for it. Look,
I'm baffled by
Google's
it too.
trial of the day. This poll may drive me from this community. Can't believe Dune won that. Unbelievable.
I chuckled at that when you were speaking because
it might drive me from this channel.
Well, Google's. I would picture most people here like kicking me in the head for not seeing Paris, Texas the most.
I honestly want to see Dune. The reason why I haven't, it's such a me reason too. You probably you'll get why I didn't watch it. Well, no, not even the length. When Dune was announced, I wanted to see Dune. Then it was like, you know what? It's going to be Dune Part 1 and 2. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, I'll wait for Part 2 to come out, and then whatever. And then Part 2 is over. And I'm like, okay, great. Now I'll buy these both and enjoy them and whatever else. Oh, might be Part 3. Like, what? Can you give me a break? Like, I guess I am interested in watching them both, but it's like one of those things where it's like, just conclude it. Wrap it up. I don't need 4 or 5 different Dune movies in my life. Now I'm just being an idiot. Now I'm just being an a-hole.
I never even saw Lynch's. It's so funny in Lynch's filmography. It's like I've seen everything, but missed that and everything else. It's like I never did. Listen, I want to answer this real quick before we go to AA. I feel like your name has changed, but I know you do ask about Carlito often, and I want to confirm. I do believe Carlito's stopping by on our next live stream.
He's always hanging around the parking lot out there.
That's true.
We
could summon him up at anyway.
Outside of our unit. He's always hanging around.
He's a free spirit. But yeah, no. What we heard, he reached out to us, and he was kind of angry about how our sub count went through the roof.
Yeah.
And how Lionsgate sent us a copy of John Wick.
Yep.
And word around the campfire is Carlito called. He called you, obviously. Was it Lindsay? He called, and he was just like, I've been getting. I can't. You can't do the voice. I can't do it.
You can't do the voice.
But he was saying how, you guys got a free copy of John Wick. I've been getting free Kino for years.
Something.
Kilo. I don't know. Maybe it was kilos. He said something about the Kino Sea of Love. But yeah, I think he's going to stop by and talk about it.
Couldn't understand the voicemail very well. Bumpy Johnson, last word. I agree with you. I'm not, and I thought it was 3 parts, not even 2. 28 years later, when I heard it was coming out, Danny Boyle and Alex Garland returning to write. The trailer looks really cool. This is like, wow, they're like, these two are maybe at the top of their game at this point, or at least still up there to put out something that's going to be really awesome. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's going to be a trilogy. Why? That just really infuriated me. I don't want a trilogy of a 3rd sequel.
You missed the perfect opportunity to cue up Stephen Baldwin.
Ultra high definition.
No, not.
They want the money.
Sorry, I messed it up.
Dog, you brought Robert Englund into this.
They want that ultra. No, you're right. It's because
they want the money.
They do. They do. So anyway.
Wild at Heart 4K day one.
Yeah. Wild at Heart. It's been a pleasure talking with everybody. Again, I'm gonna put this up there. Reach out to us, contact us. This is our email. Send us a line, connect, send us your collection, send us anything you'd like. We'd like to hear from you directly if there's anything you want to share with us in terms of content that you'd like to see this year. Again, calling out to all of our creative fans and audience members, if there's anything that you have a specialty in, that it may be some point in time we may have the need for, which I'm hoping we will.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to find that from this community and kind of continue to build this empire.
That's right.
4K Kings Empire. So, Russ, leave some final words to the people.
Well, it might not even be a talent you share. Maybe you know Jennifer Rubin. Just have her reach out.
Just have them reach out. We'll see you not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. We'll talk to everybody soon. It's been a real pleasure.